And we are live. We are back. We are back. We are back after a break. A break. I took a break all week and yeah, we're back. Sometimes it's good to take a break, you know what I'm saying? Just reset, take care of business. Life goes on, so you got to take care of business. And then you come back and we're going to catch up with the Premier League and it will be match week 28. We got a lot to talk about. We got 10 fixtures. We got a lot of stuff going on in the world right now that we're going to touch on a bit. And, we're just going to keep the show going. So, big up to everybody in the house. How are you feeling? Everybody watching the replay, how are you feeling? Nice of you to stop by and see what's going on. Big up to the boy Ryan LFC. How are you, Ryan? Still early times. It's been prepping the stream all evening. And now we're here to talk Premier League football. So it's heating up. We got a title race on our hands. We got the race for top 4 going on. European places as well. And of course, that 7-team relegation scrap. Very, very mouth-watering stuff going on in the Premier League. The best league in the world. So, what we're going to do, we're going to take a look at what's going on in the league real quick. Let's click the news section here, the Premier League on Google, and you'll see all the latest. Chelsea bid expected by LA Dodgers part owner Todd Boehly. Sources. As you guys should know, Chelsea are up for sale. Russian billionaire Roman Abramovich is looking to get the club off his hands before things get more complicated. Russia and the invasion of Ukraine, and Abramovich is Russian, so yeah. Countries could, like England could, who knows what will happen in terms of sanctions and all of that. So, yeah. I haven't been getting into this whole Chelsea issue lately, but we'll talk about it a bit. I'll hear what you guys have to say in the chat. Chelsea drawing interest from at least 10 credible buyers, sources. And we have some more news here. If we just go back here and we check the top stories, you see The Guardian says, China pulls Premier League TV coverage over shows of solidarity with Ukraine. Wow. So ESPN, China to pull Premier League TV coverage this weekend over Ukraine support. So that's a big deal right there that's going on. China, big population, and that could definitely affect the Premier League money. But the Premier League, they're actually, standing in solidarity with Ukraine. I could understand the reason why a lot of countries and a lot of, people are actually standing in solidarity with Ukraine. I don't want to get too political, but one thing I actually have to talk about, guys, and I was thinking about it just now, is the children, man. You know what I'm saying? The innocent people that don't know what's going on and have to flee their country and that are being affected right now. The children. Even though there's this Ukrainian guy at work I actually don't deal with. You know what I mean? I don't F with him like that. Yeah, it doesn't matter. The children, man. The children are, you got to think about the children. So, let's see how that situation pan out. So, what we're going to be doing, just wanted to touch on a few news updates here that's going on in the Premier League. It's just the whole Chelsea thing, the China situation, and, there's a couple updates that we're going to touch on during the live stream as well. So, look, before we do talk Premier League football, I actually want to touch on the FA Cup, touch on the FA Cup and just do a quick recap of what happened in the FA Cup. I watched a few games, but I am yet to actually watch the highlights from the other games that I didn't see in the round of 16 of this season's FA Cup. 5th round or the round of 16. So, Peterborough, Manchester City 2. It's a game I actually saw, of course, because my team, took part. And it was a rough game. It wasn't a walk in the park at all. You got to give it to Peterborough for coming out and putting up a fight. And in this game, we had Riyad Mahrez in the 68th minute scoring yet another goal. And Jack Grealish scoring a sumptuous goal, man. That goal looked really, really good. And that would do a whole lot of good for his confidence as City run to a 2-0 victory. Very comfortable in the second half, but the first half was very, very cagey. So City move on to the last 8. I actually didn't even check was there a draw? I didn't check the draw if there was one. So I'm going to actually have to find out about if any draw happened, because I've been unplugged, guys. I've really been unplugged from the whole YouTube thing this week and just keeping up with the Premier League and all of that, simply because I've been taking some time out to work on my car, you know what I'm saying? My car, I got that car since 2009, and I've done all the repairs on it since I got it. So just another session of repairs, and you know what I mean? Yesterday and today, I worked on the car, and it feels a lot better now, you know what I'm saying? A lot of suspension work, still a lot more work to be done, you know, so that the car could last me maybe another 5 years, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, keep it going. That's my little second car now, you know what I mean? So, yeah, we got Crystal Palace 2, Stoke City 1. Click this real quick. Checo Kuyate, 53rd. Josh Timon in the 58th. Jairo Vidawall, the hero, in the 82nd minute. It's nice to see Vidawall getting some game time and actually scoring a goal to help his confidence, because he hasn't really featured that much on the Patrick Vieira. The big one, I didn't actually see this game, but Middlesbrough 1, Tottenham 0. Middlesbrough knocking out another Premier League team after beating Manchester United. So pretty good stuff by Middlesbrough, man. So in this game, it went to extra time, and Josh Coburn scored in the 107th minute of the game. And I didn't really go into the nitty-gritty of these matches or anything, guys, but Josh Coburn looks a youngster, man. He looked very, very young. And you see here, Josh Coburn was the hero. The teenage substitute striking early in the second half of extra time to give Middlesbrough a dramatic 1-0 victory over Tottenham, advancing to the FA Cup quarterfinals. Borough have beaten multiple top-flight teams as a second-tier side in the same competition for the first time since 91-92. Yet another defeat is bound to heap further pressure on Spurs and Antonio Conte. They couldn't have put it better, man. So this game I was actually watching a little piece of the first half, and then I watched the Liverpool game. Reece Burke early in the game, 2nd minute, and we had an equalizer by Saul Niguez. That was a good goal, but then Harry Connick put Luton 2-1 up. But in the second half, Timo Werner and Lukaku scored goals to give Chelsea the win. That will do a lot of good for the confidence of those two players, who's not been really featuring a lot for Chelsea lately. So Chelsea move on as well. So we're going to go back here, and we see Southampton continuing their good form with a 3-1 win over West Ham United. Perrault in the 31st. Mikel Antonio equalized, but then James Ward-Prowse on the penalty spot and Amanda Broja in the 95th minute to give the Saints a victory over the Hammers. So Southampton move on. Liverpool 2, Norwich 1. Takumi Minamino, the cup star. He keeps scoring them for fun in the cup matches. 27th and 39th minute. Score brace. Couldn't complete a hat-trick though. And Lucas Rupp give Norwich a late fight back there with a 76-minute goal. But it was rather routine on the day for Liverpool. Norwich did, give them a little scare at the end there. But overall, yeah, Norwich didn't really put up a fight whatsoever. A lot of players coming back from injuries for Norwich. And I think they were just using this game to get some practice. So they were never going to beat Liverpool on the day. Believe me. Because Liverpool, they put out a rotated team, but still, look good. Look good on the day. So we're going to keep it moving. Congrats to all the teams who have moved on. And Everton, who played yesterday, defeated Boham Wood 2-0. Boham Wood, being the only non-league team left in the competition, were knocked out Solomon Rondon, the Venezuelan international, scored a brace, 57 84th minute. And on his last international appearance, he did score a hat-trick from what I could recall, or during the last international break. So he will be looking to get the run out in the Premier League sometime soon. And we do have one game coming up with Huddersfield playing against Nottingham Forest, who's been doing a really good job in the cup this season. So for the quarterfinals and the draw, apparently the draw happened. It got to happen, but I didn't actually check it out. I don't know who's playing who in the draw. I've been so detached from everything, and I'm about to find out. I'm about to find out right now. I could see some fixtures there in the quarterfinals. You guys could see them right there, right? You could see them peeking at the bottom right there. A little bit of fixtures right there. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Now for the big reveal. Well, for me, my reaction. Let me see what happened here. The first two. Okay. We got Crystal Palace playing Everton. And then we got Middlesbrough, the Premier League killer, the giant killer this season. Defeating. Whoa. They're playing Chelsea. Let's see if they'll get the better of Chelsea to make the semis. And then we have the other two quarterfinalists. Do we have Liverpool versus Manchester City here? Do we? Oh, we got Southampton. We got Southampton. Oh, my God. Yeah, they have been a tough nut to crack this season. And Liverpool would play one of Huddersfield or Nottingham Forest. Liverpool got the easy draw. You always say City get the easiest draws. Nah, Liverpool got the easy draw this time around. The easiest draw. We got to put it that way. Maybe not, but on paper, it's the easiest draw. So that's the quarterfinal draw reaction there. And let's see who will meet in the semis and who will get to the final. So all the best to the remaining teams in the competition. Palace, Everton, Middlesbrough, Chelsea, City, Southampton, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, and Huddersfield. So that was a quick FA Cup recap. And I'd like to take the time again to say congratulations to Liverpool for winning this season's Carabao Cup. So definitely. Look, we must note that next week in the Champions League, Liverpool and Manchester City would feature, and they're miles ahead of the Inter and Sporting. With City being 5-0 up against Sporting, they have a couple injuries in the team right now, and it would be a nice time to actually, rotate next week. So the Premier League outfit should be at their strongest this weekend. Liverpool 2-0 up against Inter. You can't be too complacent with a 2-0 lead, but with a 5-0 lead you can. So Liverpool would look to rotate their team just a little bit next week. Not too much, but they shouldn't really look at the fixture against West Ham and say, okay, we're going to rest this player or whatnot. They could actually go all out and mix it up a bit in the middle of the week. So one thing we got to touch on, guys, let's just go back here. Let's just go right back to the Premier League. Right back here. And we're just warming up, guys. We're just warming up. We've been live for about 14 minutes. We're just warming up. Let the crowd gather a bit. And just updating before we get into the fixtures. Because when I get into these fixtures, I'm going to be running through these fixtures, man. You know what I'm saying? I won't be lingering too much. So let's just take a look at what's going on here on this Premier League website, man. One thing I want to check is the awards right here. The awards. Pick February's Budweiser Goal of the Month. You could actually go on the website, vote for the goals, and you'll see the goals and everything. So the Goal of the Month shortlist: Zaha versus Norwich, Neil Maupay versus Watford, Cristiano Ronaldo versus Brighton. That was a good goal. Sadio Mane versus Norwich. That was a spectacular goal. Conor Gallagher versus Watford. Oriol Romeu versus Norwich. That was a screamer. Son Heung-min versus Leeds. That was a good goal set up by Kane, I think. And Cash versus Brighton. That was an okay goal. The goal of the month is going to be Sadio Mane's overhead spectacular goal. Let me click that right there. I like to take the time to big up to everybody in the chat right about now, man. We got the likes of Josh Byrne who stopped by. Big up to Josh Byrne, Ride LFC, Online School, Mike Capish, Johnny Long's Fresh God in the house, man. Haven't seen you in a while. Hot Chili. Phil Jones, big up to Ivan LFC as well. And Adam the Great. How are you doing, Adam, man? Nice to see you. Who says he's just passing by and hope the Manchester Derby will be a great match. So, hope you have a great night, Adam. Nice of you to stop by. Guys, make sure you like the video, okay? So, I'm voting for Sadio Mane. That was a great goal. And what we're going to be doing, look, Kovacic won the goal of the month in January for that volley versus Liverpool early in the year. And for February, player of the month, my player of the month, okay, Che Adams, played 4-1-3, draw 1. 3 goals and an assist. Great month by Che Adams. Ryan Fraser, played 4-1-3, draw 1. 1 goal, 1 assist. Kind of buzz late in the month there. Harry Kane, played 5-1-2, lost 3. I know it's an individual award. You're not going to win it like that. Joel Matip, 1 goal, 1 assist, 3 clean sheets. Defender, might not win it. Played 4-1-4, might not win it. Had a great month. Ben Mee, great month as well. Played 6. 1-2, draw 3, lost 1. 3 clean sheets and a goal. Zaha with 3 goals. Played 5-1-1, drew 3, lost 1. Not a bad month at all. But my player of the month, it got to go to Che Adams, man. Because Southampton, they have been in red hot form, man. And I got to give Che Adams the English-born Scottish international that player of the month award. So that's my player of the month there, Che Adams. And we have manager of the month as well. Let's find that one. Let me see. Let me see where that manager of the month award is right here. The manager of the month award is going to be a tricky one, right? Because Arteta played 3-1-3. Okay? Then we had Hassan Hutel, played 4-1-3, draw 1. That was really good month for both of them. Eddie Howe played 4-1-3, drew 1. Klopp played 4-1-4. Wicked month by Klopp. But my manager of the month, it has to go to Eddie Howe. For the pressure that Newcastle were in, you got to give it to Eddie Howe, man. You got to give it to Howe. When you're in the bottom and you rise out the bottom like that and you put yourself up to 14th, come on, man. You deserve manager of the month. I know Klopp, Arteta, and Hassan Hutel did great in February, but you got to give it to the man who had the toughest scenario, and that's Eddie Howe with Newcastle. And things are looking bright, man, for Newcastle. If they could continue that form and they get out of the bottom half of the table and get into the top 10, it's possible. Sky's the limit next season, man. The summer is going to be a crazy summer in terms of Newcastle and transfers, where they're going to definitely revamp the team. So thanks to everybody who dropped their opinions in the chat. We appreciate it. We're going to move on. But look, before we do, let's just take a quick look at the results that we recently got in the league. Burnley 0, Leicester 2. I am yet to watch the highlights for this game. But in this match, Maddison in the 82nd and Jamie Vardy back from injury in the 90th. And Leicester City won late against Burnley. A little setback there for Sean Dyche and Burnley. But nevertheless, they've been in good form. But that should just, be a minor setback. They hope. West Ham 1, Wolves 0. Leeds 0, Spurs 4. Bielsa got sacked after that game. Brentford 0, Newcastle 2. Palace 1, Burnley 1. Man United 0, Watford 0. Watford go unbeaten against the Red Devils this season. Brighton 0, Aston Villa 2, bouncing back from a string of poor results. Everton 0, City 1. That was a lucky win. Gotta call it. Norwich 0, Southampton 2. We had Arsenal 2, Wolves 1. And we had some games last week where Liverpool beat Leeds 6-0. Watford lost a goal to 4 to Palace. And Burnley beat Spurs. And there was an FA Cup game and the Carabao Cup final between Liverpool and Chelsea that Liverpool won, of course. So I touched on everything for the warm-up session of this live stream. We've been live for 20 minutes, and I think I did pretty good, man. We talked FA Cup. We talked match 27 recap, Carabao Cup. Congratulated Liverpool again. Touched on the teams that's going to be in the Champions League next week. February award nominees as well. Touched on a bit of Premier League news as well. You know what I'm saying? So that was a very good warm-up session. So with that being said, guys, we're going to get into the fixtures. And I'm going to let you know my thoughts, my prediction. But it's a preview, so we're going to just hit you with some information when, you know, what was the last games the clubs played and so on and so forth, right? So, look, let's just take a quick look at the Premier League table so you guys get a good idea of what's going on in the league, okay, before we start. City on top with a 6-point gap over Liverpool, who got a game in hand. Chelsea a third on 50 points. United a fourth with 47 points. 2 games played more than Chelsea. West Ham a fifth with 45 points. Arsenal a sixth with 3 games in hand and 45 points. Tottenham a 7th in that Conference League spot where they might actually end the season in. Who knows? Let's see. 42 points. Wolverhampton Wanderers, 26 matches played, 40 points. Southampton in the top 10 with 35 points. Brighton slipping quite a bit. 26 matches played, 33 points, round off the top 10. In 11th place, Crystal Palace on 30 points after 27 games. Leicester, 24 matches. They do have 30 points in 12th. Aston Villa, 13th with 30 points. Newcastle United, 25 matches played, 5 wins, 25 points. That's a big resurgence there by the Geordies. The teams that are really struggling right now, Brentford in 15th with 24 points. Leeds United in 16th with a new manager in Jesse March. They got 23 points. Everton is 17th, just 1 point above the drop zone on 22 points. And in the relegation zone, we got Burnley with 21 points, 18th. Watford 19th with 19 points. And Norwich last again. They did get their head above water briefly, but they're back dead last with 17 points. And no team has survived losing 17 games at this time of the season, from what I could recall. So let's get into the fixtures and let's talk match week 28. All right. Big up to everybody in the chat. Make sure you smash up the thumbs up button. Nice to see you guys in here. Nice to the turnout. And for you guys watching the replay, do appreciate it, man. Thanks to Ryan LFC for stopping by. You know, my mind did run on you tonight, Ryan. I was like, yeah, man, I've spoken to Ryan, for a couple days. Well, you know what I mean? Ryan, you ain't hit me back, bro. You ain't hit me back. Hit me back, bro. Come on. Got to keep the thing going. Ryan and I have been cool since 2019. We've had our ups and downs, but that's normal. Anyways, let's keep it going, man. Let's go. And let's talk about the first match this week. And let's touch on the game. Let's start with something light. Let's start with the relegation scrap. The 6-pointer at the bottom of the table between Norwich and Brentford. My mouse is kind of lazy today. I don't know what's going on with the mouse though. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it needs a little cheese. Oh, that's a good dad joke, right? That's not a bad dad joke. So look, in the Premier League, Southampton beat Norwich 2-0, and in the FA Cup, Liverpool defeated Norwich 2-1. For Brentford, their last game was a 2-0 loss to Newcastle United. What happened the last time these two teams met? They did meet on November 6, 2021, where Norwich defeated Brentford 2-0. And then they previously met in the Championship as well, where Norwich have only lost to Brentford on one occasion in their last 10 meetings. So that's a very good record there for Norwich against Brentford. Both teams came up last season, and both teams are struggling a bit. And this would be a relegation scrap 6-pointer where Brentford looked good for most of the season until maybe the last 10 games or so. They have been poor. This will be their second ever Premier League clash. And of course, Norwich won that game. For the managers, this would be the third time Thomas Frank's facing Dean Smith. He won one and drew one, never lost to Smith. And the fifth time that Thomas Frank is actually facing Norwich. But on the other hand, he has never won against Norwich. 2 draws and 3 losses. Dean Smith against Brentford, not a great record. 10 games, 2 wins, 5 draws, 3 losses. And against Thomas Frank, he has never won. So that's how it's looking for these two managers coming into this game. Frank under a lot of pressure. Dean Smith, of course, sacked by Villa earlier in the season. Got a job a week later and looking to help Norwich stay up or go back down in the Championship and help them return. So, players to watch, in my opinion, here. For Norwich, I'm going to go with the lively Kosovan Miller Rashica, who recently became the first Kosovan to score in the Premier League. I think that goal was given to him, right? The goal against Liverpool. But anyways, he's lively, and if they are to get something from this game, they would need him firing on all cylinders. Brentford, Christian Eriksen. I saw he pulled off a pass that led to a really good chance in their last game there. And they would need him to be on his A game. It's going to take a while for him to get back up to speed. But it seems like he's looking good after that miraculous resurrection at the Euro 2020. So it's nice to see Christian Eriksen, and we're going to keep an eye on him. So for Brentford, Josh De Silva will be suspended after the red card in the last game. Tariq Fosu hasn't really featured all season. He remains out. And the squad is very, very fit for Brentford coming up here against Norwich. So they shouldn't have any excuses not to go out there and put out their best performance. For Norwich, Max Aarons and Brandon Williams available again after missing the FA Cup fixture against Liverpool, while Ozan Kabak is fit again. And only players absent from the squad are Adam Ida and Andrew Omar Bamadeli. These guys are Irishmen as well, young Irishmen. And they were having good seasons before they picked up injuries, especially Adam Ida, man. I think his injury has definitely hampered Norwich's progress as of late. So, look, what we got here in terms of Did You Know? Norwich earned their first Premier League win of the season in the reverse fixture against Brentford in November. They can complete a first league double over the Bees since 1959-60. Timo Pukki's only league goal for Norwich against Brentford came in the reverse fixture this season. The Finnish striker has never scored home and away Premier League goals against an opponent in a single campaign before. Since beating Aston Villa 2-1 in January, Brentford have picked up just 1 point from their last 24 available in the Premier League. That's 8 games, drawing 1 and losing 7. The Bees' run of 8 matches without victory is the longest current winless streak in the Premier League. Pontus Jansson has played 2,422 minutes, more than any other outfield player in the Premier League this season. The Brentford defender has only missed 8 available minutes at Molineux in September when he was substituted after 82 minutes. Let's give it to Pontus Jansson for being a stallion, a camel from Sweden. So, look, he's from Sweden, right? Yeah, I think so. Anthony Taylor will be in charge of this game. So, in terms of my prediction for this one, guys, this is a 6-pointer towards the bottom of the table. We know Brentford are not doing very, very well. 8 games, no wins, one draw, 7 losses. The wheels have definitely and seemingly have fallen off over at the Brentford Community Stadium, and Thomas Frank and Brentford are losing a grip on things. They look good. Imagine, right? Imagine after 19 matches, after 19 games, they had 23 points, which wasn't bad at all. You see what I'm saying? That wasn't bad. That didn't look too bad. They were doing okay. And then you got 27 games and 24 points. It's looking like Brentford are really going to have to really scrap it out to stay up. And there's been a lot of other factors, injuries to Ivan Toney and a few other key players. And they're not scoring enough goals at all. And the defense is not the greatest. Only 27 goals, and they have shipped 44, which is pretty synonymous with teams down towards the bottom of the table. Brentford need to get their act together. A win in this game would be huge. It would take them up to 27 points, 13 points within safety. You see what I'm saying? With 10 games to go. You don't have an awful lot of games to go. You gotta start doing it now. And I think Christian Eriksen distributing the balls from the midfield, from the corner situations, from the set pieces and everything could actually help. But the players got to finish the opportunities. Let's see what happened in terms of Brentford in this game. Norwich. Under Dean Smith, they look bright, they look positive. But injuries have definitely hampered them here and there as well. Where you had Josh Sargent playing well, then he had to go out injured. Tim Krul picked up an injury, but Angus Gunn has stepped in and done a great job. So it's up to players to step up, in my opinion. They haven't really had a standout player this season where you could say, yeah, you could really bank on that player for a great performance. It's been a mixed bag performance by the players that you think should go out there and get the job done. A Pookie, a Rashica, Sargent, Aarons, these guys, man, they got to step up. They really got to step up. And I actually fancy Norwich in this game. Their record against Brentford is solid, and I think they have the better recent form as well, where even though they lost their last 3 games, they do have a win. They do have a win recently. And they didn't play too bad. They really, really didn't play too bad in January. They had a poor December, a good January, but a poor February. So they need to pull it back in March. I'm going to go for Norwich to win this game 2-1. I fancy Norwich. It could go any way. It's a 6-pointer. But any team that pick up 3 points here, it would actually do them a whole lot of good. Norwich won't be able to get out of the relegation zone with a win, but for Brentford, that would definitely separate themselves further from the drop zone by about 6 points. So they would actually want to pick up a win. A well-needed win. Look, are Brentford going to sack Thomas Frank? I don't think so. I really don't think so. He has done a great job with the team. And I think even if they go back down, they should allow him to try again. That's just what I think. Let's see if they survive or stay up. That's my thoughts on that one, guys. Share yours in the chat. So for Norwich, the next game will be against Chelsea. It's not going to get easier. Chelsea. Then you got Leeds, Brighton, Burnley. After the Chelsea game, they could pick up some points, some serious points, if they really put out the performances. It's up to them, man. It's up to them. It's unlikely that they will survive, but there's still a possibility. So for Brentford, after the Norwich game, they do play Burnley, Leicester, and they do have London derby against Chelsea, West Ham. They actually have 4 London derbies on the stretch. Chelsea, West Ham, Watford, and Tottenham. The fixtures for the remainder of the season, they look like they could pick up some points, but it's not easy, man. It ain't gonna be easy. I think the games against Norwich, Burnley, they gotta start picking up some points. They really gotta start picking up. They gotta win these games. If they win those games, they could pick up 3-1, here and there for the remainder of the season and barely survive with about 37 points. So it's my thoughts on these teams. Talk to me, guys. Do appreciate each and everybody in here. Big up to Miss Melina. Big up to Ankit in the house as well. How are you doing, Ankit? Ankit doing a great job over on this channel. Staying very, very active. You know what I mean? And it's nice to see, man. It's really nice to see. Big up to Owen Dilworth in the house. Nice to see you in here again. Hot Chili. Who else we got? Johnny Longs coming in with the prediction. Tutu. What else we got in terms of predictions here? Any more predictions? Any more predictions, guys? Drop a prediction or two in the chat. Big up to Goran in the house. Guys, like up the video. We got over 40 people in here. We only got 19 likes. You guys could do a lot better than that. I'm here talking my ass off and you guys ain't liking the video. Come on. Smash up the blood thumbs up button. We're going to keep it moving, guys. No delaying. No delaying of things. We got a lot more games to go through and we're going to get this thing done. We're going to get it done. So let's talk Aston Villa versus Southampton. Teams coming off of wins. Southampton in great form. Aston Villa looking to get back on that bike. And it's going to be a very, very tough one. Very tough game to call, I got to say. Got to put it out there right now. Definitely got to put that one out there. So, this game will be at Villa Park, of course. And for Aston Villa, the last game was on the road. They defeated Brighton 2-0. For Southampton, they defeated Norwich 2-0 and defeated West Ham 3-1 in the FA Cup. The last time these two teams met, Southampton won the game 1-0 at St. Mary's Park. Last season, we had Aston Villa picking up a 1-0 win, and there was a 4-3 thriller as well last season where Southampton won that game. So Southampton, they have been the better team across the last 10 meetings, dating all the way back to 2014, where Villa have only picked up a solitary win against Southampton. Wow, that's a great record there for the Saints. This game is going to be a hard one to call. There's only been 2 draws during that time. There's been a 6-1 win for the Saints as well back in 2015. Steven Gerrard versus Ralph Hasenhüttl for the first time in their careers. First time Gerrard will be facing Southampton. First time Hasenhüttl will be facing Gerrard. But Hasenhüttl in his 5 games against Aston Villa has 4 wins and a loss. So he will definitely be looking forward to playing against Aston Villa here. In terms of players to watch for Aston Villa, I'm going to go with Philippe Coutinho, and simply because I expect big things from Philippe Coutinho, but I don't want him to fizzle out at all. That's the thing. I don't want him to start hot and then fizzle away. You see what I'm saying? So he got to continue with his high level performances. Along with Luca Digne, the 2 newcomers got to step it up big time. And in terms of Southampton, I'm going to go with Che Adams, who was nominated for the Player of the Month for February, and no explanation needed. In terms of head-to-head in the Premier League, 39 games, 14 wins for Villa, 16 for Southampton, 9 draws. Look, we're going to touch on a few notes here in terms of player availability and all that good stuff. For Villa, Carney Chukwuemeka would miss this game. Bertrand Traore could feature where he returned to full training. Marvelous Nakamba could return in about 3 to 4 weeks, and the rest of the squad are fit to play. Southampton, Nathan Teller remains out. Mohamed Salisu, Kyle Walker-Peters, and Mohamed Elyounoussi and Shane Long are to be assessed just before the game to see if they're fit enough to play. Goalkeeper Alex McCarthy is still on the sidelines, since that mistake he made in a game earlier in the season where Southampton conceded a late goal because he was injured. He's been out since then, haven't came back. And Brazilian defender Lianco would remain out from this game. So in terms of, did you know? Southampton are unbeaten in 5 Premier League matches, 3 wins and 2 draws, winning both of their last 2 by a scoreline of 2-0. Saints last won 3 consecutive league fixtures without conceding in January of 2016. Aston Villa's Philippe Coutinho has been involved in 5 goals in 9 Premier League appearances against Southampton, 4 goals and 1 assist. Against no side has the Brazilian either scored or been involved in more goals in the competition. Southampton have scored in each of their last 10 Premier League matches, with only league leaders Manchester City on a longer current run in the competition with 17. Villa head coach Steven Gerrard has lost 3 of his last 6 Premier League home matches, winning 1, drawing 2. He had only lost 3 of his first 60 home league matches in charge of Rangers and Villa combined, which is great, man. Wheels are falling off a bit. They will be hoping to call up the mechanic and get things going again. Get it rolling. Keep it rolling. Peter Banks would be in charge. Peter Banks would be in charge of this game. And it gets to the point where we got to make predictions. You got to make predictions for this one. So, Aston Villa, right now, they're 13th. Somewhat struggling, They do have 13 losses this season, 3 draws, 9 wins. They could have converted a lot more of those losses into draws, and it would have put them in a better position. But not bad right now. They do have 30 points after 25 matches played, but only 2 wins in their last 5. So they would want to continue, the winning streak after picking up that win against Brighton and Hove Albion. Look, they do have a good squad. John McGinn, Buendia, you got Philippe Coutinho, you got Danny Ings, you got Ollie Watkins, you got Leon Bailey, got Bertrand Traore fit again, Luca Dean. You got X amount of players available, but I think the problem for Villa remain in their defense at times, where Tyrone Ming, he switches off. Kanza could be a very rash defender at times, and the fullbacks are pretty advanced for most of the time. So when I think Marvelous Nakamba was doing a great job in protecting the back line, but he's been out for a while, and Douglas Luiz have been doing an okay job, but still, these guys got to step up their game, in my opinion. Seems like the new manager luck has worn off for Steven Gerrard, and he now, has to scrap it out a bit. In terms of Southampton, Ralph Hasenhuttl, he has been on the receiving end of a couple drubbings, but somehow survived and bounced back, and Southampton have been looking really, really good, man. They're 9th right now, 35 points. They are unbeaten in their last 5. They're looking good. And they into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. They're looking really good, man. The last time Southampton lost a game, you got to actually go back to that loss against Wolves, January 15th. And that was actually the only game of the year that they lost for this new year. Which is absolutely ridiculous. We're in the 3rd month already. Southampton are one of the best teams in 2022 so far. So pretty damn good, man, if you ask me. And it's testament to the likes of Stuart Armstrong being fit again. You have Mohamed Elyounoussi playing well, Romain Perrault and Mr. Valentino Livermore running up and down the flanks, Kyle Walker-Peters. These guys have been good. Romeo, the old gods of James Ward-Prowse. These guys have been really, really solid, man. So you also got to give it to the players that have been stepping up and scoring the goals, especially Che Adams. He deserves a really, really good shout. So, look, Southampton, Aston Villa. This one is hard to call. Very difficult to call. I think Villa could be finding their form again. And Southampton are in great form. And I could see the teams cancelling each other out here. But you know it's a Premier League. It's very unpredictable. We could well see an outright winner here. But I think the favorite to win the game is Southampton. But I'm going to play this one safe and call it a 2-2 draw. I think that's a fair assessment and a fair prediction. I think so. Let me know your prediction in the chat. Do appreciate that. So for Southampton, their next game will be against Newcastle. They have some nice games coming up. Aston Villa, Newcastle, Watford. They do have City in the FA Cup quarterfinals in about a week, 2 weeks time. They got Leeds. They got some good fixtures coming up and remaining for the rest of the season. So they're going to be all right, man. They're going to be all right. So it's nice to see them survive yet another Premier League season. As for Aston Villa, they need 10 points to survive. They shouldn't be worried about relegation right now. They're good. They're good. Unless something crazy happens. They do have Leeds, West Ham, Arsenal, Wolves, Tottenham coming up. And they have a rough end to the season where they do play City on the last match day. Still got Leicester, still got Liverpool, you know, with a few easier games in between there. But no games are easy because you're coming up against Burnley, Norwich, teams that will be scrapping for relegation. Yeah, man, they'll be coming at your necks. So that's it for this game. Appreciate everybody in here. Appreciate everybody drop their predictions. Guys, make sure you like up the video. We got 29 likes. Let's keep it going. Big up to the boy Ron in the house, man. Could never forget when Ron jumped on this show before. Appreciate it, Ron. Jamaican. You're a Liverpool fan, right? Big up to Elias Abs in the house. Go Ron. Saying 1-1 or 2-1 for Southampton. Southampton got a new owner, Dragan Solak. Yeah. We did touch on Southampton and their takeover as well. Newcastle takeover. Burnley takeover. There's a lot of teams that's been taking over. New money coming into the team. So big up. Big thanks to Miss Melina for dropping the Canadian money in here. Look, my wife showed me some Canadian money the other day. The money is plastic, guys. I didn't even know that. I did not know that the Canadian money is plastic money. Like literally plastic. I was like, God damn. If you wash this money, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I know if you wash regular money, it's still fine. But this money is fine, man. It ain't paper money. Probably still got some paper money float circulating, but that Canadian money is that plastic money, man. $6.99 Canadian dollars super chat. Keep up the good work, Dom. The great work, says Melina. Thanks, man. Melina, we gotta have a chat soon when I settle down. I've been busy lately in terms of dealing with some real life situations, okay? So guys, smash up the thumbs up button. Do appreciate it. We want to keep it going. And the next game that we're going to touch on is the game between Leicester and Leeds United. All right. Let's talk Leicester Leeds. All right. But before I do get into Leicester Leeds, let me take a sip of this Corona Extra I got right here. And I had to pull out this Corona because I had a long day, man. I had to, I had to take a nice hot bath. Not a shower, a bath. I had to actually lay down in the tub and let that warm water just, go through the muscles. And, I I've been working on my car for the last 2 days, so I'm really tired. And it did the trick. And this beer is to keep me going, basically. You know what I mean? So, guys, only drink if you're legal age, okay? I'm not condoning any underage drinking right now. Three matches in. Let's go. 50 minutes, not bad. We're not doing too bad. You know what I mean? We're looking to go for 2 hours today. We're not doing too bad at all. And let's keep it going. So, Burnley 0, Leicester 2 in their last game. Leeds 0, Tottenham 4 in their last. What happened the last time these two teams met each other? We may ask. All right, so the last time the teams met, they actually met November 7th. That was actually my wife's birthday. I was in Florida. I was definitely in Florida on that Sunday. It was a 1-1 draw. Last season, Leeds defeated Leicester 3-1, and Leicester picked up a 4-1 win in the other fixture. So it's been back and forth, a win, a draw, and a loss there for Leicester against newly promoted Leeds, who are struggling this season and recently sacked their manager, Marcelo Bielsa. So, new manager in the house, new manager alert, and it's the American Jesse Marsch. At the beginning of the season, you would have never predicted Jesse Marsch to be in the Premier League, as he was recently, as the beginning of the season, appointed the manager of RB Leipzig from Red Bull Salzburg. It didn't work out at Leipzig. He lost his job. But then he's in the job for Leeds. See what I'm saying? He's a very attacking manager. And who knows, man? It could be the same old story for Leeds. But I think Jesse Marsch won't work the players as hard as Bielsa did. And he would bring a different philosophy, a different style. And maybe a plan B and a plan C, where Bielsa didn't have any of that. Bielsa had a triple A plan. If A didn't work, then another A, and then another A. Okay? That's what Bielsa did. So for Brendan Rodgers, who was under a bit of pressure, picked up a little, win there. Well, it's a big win. Big win against Burnley, because it's tough to play a turf more in the wind and the rain. We know that. So that win would do a lot for his confidence and to relieve the pressure a bit. This would be his 6th meeting against Leeds, where he's won 2, drew 1, and lost 2. In terms of the all-time Premier League matches, 19 games, 8 wins for Leicester, 9 wins for Leeds, and only 2 games have ever ended in a draw. These teams met quite a lot in the Championship as well, and it was a couple draws, couple wins for Leicester, a win or 2 for Leeds, so they very familiar with each other. Very, very familiar. So look, in terms of players to watch here, I'm going to go for the returning Jamie Vardy. You see, he recently came back. I didn't expect him to feature in the midweek game against Burnley, but he scored one of the winning goals along with Maddison. So we're going to keep an eye on Jamie Vardy and how Brendan Rodgers is going to manage his workload at his age and the fact that he's coming back from injury. For Leeds, we're going to take a look at the entire squad. I think the entire squad needs a bit of introspection, and they need to actually take account for the postseason, the squad. I know Bielsa, he's a one-trick pony, but the squad at times got to say, hey, man, we got to do something a little bit different. I know the managers give us instructions here, but look, let's just do something a little bit different. We'll address it in the team meeting at the end of the game, okay? They don't have a lot of character in them this season. Last season, great. Not this season at all, where they have already conceded more goals than they had the entire season last year. So this is going to be a good one. Look, in terms of the notes here, let's get into some notes. For Leicester City, Jamie Vardy is back, but James Maddison is doubtful with a lower back issue. Ricardo Pereira is doubtful as well with a thigh issue, while Ryan Bertrand, Timothy Castagna, Wesley Fofana, James Justin, and Johnny Evans are all unavailable for this game. And note, all these guys are like defenders, man. And that's where Leicester have definitely struggled this season in their defense big time. As for Leeds United, Liam Cooper should be ready in about 2 weeks. And so too is Calvin Phillips. These guys should be ready very, very soon, maybe mid-March. Diego Llorente is doubtful but could feature. Patrick Bamford is also close to a return. So Leeds should have their full squad available again. But look, it seems like without Calvin Phillips, this team doesn't really do well. They would need Phillips, man. They would need a little curly-haired defensive midfielder to get back on the field and to help Leeds stay up. They need some inspiration right about now. They're lacking inspiration. Could a new manager give them that inspiration? Definitely. The Americans know how to talk a good talk. Okay? So in the dressing room, I'm pretty sure Jesse March is going to put on some good speeches to get the players pumping and going again and get that belief in the squad up to where it needs to be. So let's go to latest here. Bonds to match Hall of Fame duos feats. It's a question mark. Harvey Barnes have scored in all 3 of his league meetings against Leeds United. Only 2 players has done so in 4. Hall of Fame inductees Alan Shearer and Thierry Henry. Leeds are unbeaten in their last 5 league matches at Leicester, winning 2 and drawing 3. Having won this fixture 3-1 last season. They can win consecutive league trips to the King Power Stadium for the first time in the Premier League. Patson Daka has been involved in 6 goals in his last 6 appearances at home in all competitions, scoring 5 and assisting 1. Across the season, no player has scored more home goals for Leicester than the Zambians, 6. This will be Jesse March's first Premier League match as Leeds head coach. Including caretakers, 6 of the last 7 Leeds managers have lost their first in the Premier League match. It's not good. The exception was Terry Venables, who oversaw a 3-0 win over Manchester City in August of 2002. March is the 3rd American to manage in the Premier League after Bob Bradley. That was a disastrous stint at Swansea. I could remember that. 11 matches with Swansea in 2016. And David Wagner, 60 with Huddersfield, 2017 to 2019. I swore David Wagner was German. I could swear Wagner was German. I didn't know David Wagner was American. I wasn't aware. So I swore he was German. God damn. That one got me. Isn't David Wagner? I need to look that up. Let's look that up. David Wagner. Let's look that up. That one's messing with me. Before we get into the prediction right now, yeah, he's German American. He's German American. Yeah. So he was. Yeah, I knew it, man. He was born in Germany. I knew it. But he's American citizenship. Yeah, whatever. He's German. He ain't no American. Just like me, I ain't no American. I'm from St. Vincent. I ain't no American, man. You know what I mean? So, look. Let's get into the prediction here. Leicester, Leeds. Prediction. Guys, Leicester, they haven't been in good form. You know what I mean? In the Europa Conference League, they've looked good. Defeated Randers. They look good. Let me just pull up the Leicester form. They're into the round of 16 of the Conference League, so they would look to win that one. That was actually, the last game was against Burnley. I didn't watch the highlights for that game. I didn't watch that game as well, but Leicester picked up a 2-0 win. So they have gone 2 games without losing. but they did lose their the previous Premier League game against Wolves, and drew 2-2 with West Ham, lost to Liverpool, lost to Forest, drew with Brighton, lost to Spurs. So they weren't really going through a very good period. Since for 2022, Leicester, they haven't really been great. And that's why Brendan Rodgers was actually under a lot of pressure. And, experts were saying that he could be the next manager sacked. But I don't think that would actually happen at all. I don't think that would happen. And it will give them a big boost. That win against Burnley will give them a huge boost. And to have Jamie Vardy back in the team will give this team a lot more dynamism. I know their defense is definitely hampered by a lot of injuries, but available players would have to step up and do the job. A couple makeshift midfield players, Amate, along with Ndidi could slot in. That doesn't give them the right, solidity at the back, but still, they gotta deal with what they have. Look, Leeds United, they have definitely hit rock bottom. I have no other way to put it. You gotta have to hit rock bottom for you to sack your manager. Only 2 points ahead of the drop. Okay? It has been a very poor run in their last, let's say, 5 matches, where they have shipped a total of 20 goals across the last 5 games, and they have only scored 5 in return, right? That's very poor, man. That is very poor from a team that performed admirably last season. Last season, Leeds United were a team that you were like, nah, not ready to play that team, to a team this season that you'll be like, yeah, man, rubbing your hands. And I think Leicester would actually be looking forward to this game. I know there's a new manager, and a lot of times new managers tend to pick up good results, but Leicester, they won't care. They would want to go out there and continue doing their thing, Look out for guys like Daka, Harvey Barnes, Jamie Vardy, Ademola Lookman, and the attacking bunch of players and the guys in the midfield. Defenders, suspect. Kasper Schmeichel, is ever present at the back there. He's going to give his best effort. And Leeds got to step it up. He got to step it up. It's going to be interesting to see what Jesse Marsch does in this game. Really going to be interesting to see what kind of 11 he puts out, what kind of system, the shape of the team, his strategy and everything. It's going to be very interesting to see what he does. Because there's so much uncertainty with this one, I'm going to go with a draw. Leeds need a point badly. And Leicester would, I think it would be a good result for Leicester too, where it will be yet another game they don't lose. And I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw though. This one is hard to call. Very, very difficult to call. And I'm going to play it safe and say a 1-1 draw. Guys, let me know your prediction in the chat. Leicester, I don't know if they'll get European football by actually, in the league. But they will still scrap it out. They would still try. They got 30 points. A point would be good for them. They do have quite a bit of games in hand. A point with 13 games left for the season would be fine for Leicester. They do need a rebuild. They really need a rebuild, man. And let's see how they fare for the remainder of the season. And let's see how they do business in the summer. Leeds, they're in a lot of trouble. They need something big. Guys like Rafinha got to step up. Rodrigo got to step up. They need Bamford back. They need Calvin Phillips, Liam Cooper. They need these guys back because the other guys, the other dudes, they ain't doing it at all, man. They're not doing it. But I'm going for a 1-1 draw for this one. Big up to everybody in the chat. We got over 50 people in there, guys. Make sure you smash up the thumbs up button for the live stream. Let me see how many thumbs up we got right now. We got 31 likes. Guys, come on. We could do better than that. We could do better, okay? Run. 3-1 to Leicester. Yeah, I was tempted to say Leicester win, but, Got to be careful with these new managers, man. Cuthbert McVeigh 2-1 to Leicester. Big up to Jordan Hyman in the house. Big up to Ben, who says, will you do Oceania Qualifiers live reaction when it kicks off? I would actually talk about the results, not know about any live reaction or anything. Watch along, I don't know about that, you know. Big up to Stinkmina ZA, 3-1 Leeds. Ooh. Big up to Ravi in the house, man, who says, big up, City will get beaten. Whatever, Ravi. Go back to whatever hole you crawl out from under, Ravi. Phil Jones in the house. Big up to you, online score 4-1 to Leicester. Big up to everybody who dropped predictions as well. So, we're going to keep it moving. We'll be live for an hour and 5 minutes. We're doing well, but we got to do better. Let's go on to match 4. We're only at match 4 right now. Newcastle versus Brighton. Right. Start Newcastle Brighton. And keep the ball rolling. Got to keep the ball rolling, man. That's a must. Definitely a must. So, look. In terms of the last games for these teams, Newcastle 2, Brentford 0. Brighton 0. Aston Villa 2. The last meeting between these two sides ended in a 1-1 draw. Look, interestingly, in the last 10 games, Newcastle have only picked up 1 win against Brighton. That came in the championship. Both teams were promoted that season. The Newcastle won the league, the championship under Rafa Benitez, from what I could recall, and Brighton under Chris Hughton came up. Ever since they came up in the Premier League, Brighton has never lost a game against Newcastle. They have actually won 1, 2, 3, 4, and they have drawn the other 5 matches. Ridiculous. This is the 5th season they meeting each other in the Premier League. 5th season for Brighton in the Premier League too. They have never lost to Newcastle, which is quite an interesting stat to say the least. Earlier this season, the game finished in a 1-1 draw. Are we going to see a twist here? Eddie Howe versus Graham Potter. And I read you that Premier League stat right now. 9 games, Brighton 4 wins, 5 draws. They have never lost. Never. And I'm pretty sure they're going to see something about this in the insights. Graham Potter 5 games, 2 wins and 3 draws against Newcastle. And against Eddie Howe, 1 win, 1 loss. Eddie Howe against Brighton, 9 wins, 3 losses, 4 draws. Great record against Brighton for Eddie Howe. Against Potter, 1 win, 1 loss. So look, in terms of the players to watch here, for Newcastle, I'm going to go with Ryan Fraser. He has been in great form. He got nominated for Player of the Month for February. Don't think he should win it, but let's see if his form is going to come into March as well. So, in terms of Brighton and Hove Albion, I went with Leandro Trossard because he's the type of player that could provide that inspiration that a team needs. He got that little magic in him. And Brighton, they have been going through a very, very poor slump as of late, man. They need that inspiration big time. They do need the inspiration. In terms of the notes here, let's just take a look at the notes. Squads availability. We have Saint-Maximin. Alan Saint-Maximin would be subject to a late fitness test, but he could feature this weekend. Callum Wilson, Jamal Lewis, Kieran Trippier, and Isaac Hayden are all ruled out, while Matt Ritchie is nearing a return. For Brighton, Adam Webster remains out. Enoch Mwepu and Adam Lallana are back in contention for selection. And the other players are fairly fit and available to feature. So, look, let's take a look at some insights. Newcastle to end Brighton hoodoo. Newcastle have never won in 9 previous Premier League meetings, with Brighton drawing 5 and losing 4, more often than they have faced any other side without a victory in the competition. Brighton are unbeaten in their 4 Premier League matches at Newcastle, 2 wins and 2 draws, keeping a clean sheet every time. Crazy. It is the most a team has faced another away from home in the competition without ever conceding. Newcastle's Joe Willock has netted in each of his last 2 Premier League matches, failing to score in his previous 19 appearances this term. Since the top flight debut for the Magpies in February of 2021, he has scored more goals for the club than any other player, 10. Big up to Joe Willock. Remember that crazy purple patch he had last season. That's why they signed him on a permanent basis. Newcastle's Joe Willock. All right, we read that already, right? Neil Maupay has scored 26 Premier League goals for Brighton. One more strike and he will become the Seagulls' highest goal scorer in the competition, currently level with Glenn Murray. I could swear they copy and paste this from the last Brighton game. And he didn't score, hence the reason why they bring it back here. Martin Atkinson would be in charge. I think that's very lazy of whoever put that thing together, okay? So, in terms of the prediction for this match here, look, man. Newcastle FC, richest club in world football. Wait, I'm a bit cold. Let me turn on this heat. I don't know. I got a little cold there, man. Got a little cold. All right. Liam, what happened? You usually keep me warm, you know, extra heat, but you're not that hot today. So, look, Newcastle, they have been in very good form, man. And they're the opposite of Brighton right now in terms of form, because Newcastle United jumped out of the relegation zone all the way to 14th. They do have 25 points right now. I know it's not a whole lot of points, but when you consider that these dudes only had a single win for quite a while, they have bounced back, man. They have definitely bounced back. And I'm going to read you out the last results for Newcastle, right? 2-0 win against Brentford, a 1-1 draw to a difficult West Ham team, defeated Aston Villa 0-0, defeated Everton 3-1, defeated Leeds 0-0, 1-1 draw with Watford, 1-1 draw with Manchester United, and you got to go back to December 19th against Manchester City, where they lost 4-0 in the league. They did lose to Cambridge in the FA Cup, but to be honest, they don't need that FA Cup distraction at all. But before the City loss, let's say, look, they were going through a bad period in December, though. You see, early December, they did beat Burnley, but they suffered a triple defeat there against Leicester, Liverpool, and Manchester City, 11-1, and that could have demoralized the team and really knocked the stuffing out of them. But nah, man, this team got a lot of guts, a lot of determination, and Eddie Howe knows what he's doing. He bounced back, man. So, brilliant stuff by Newcastle. As for Brighton and Graham Potter, they were having a great season, though. Up until recently, where they lost 2-0 to Villa, lost 3-0 to Burnley, lost 2-0 to Manchester United. And I'm like, what is going on with this Brighton team? Before the string of losses, right? Got knocked out of the FA Cup, 3-1 to Tottenham. But before that one, there was a 3-1-1 draws in the league. You see what I'm saying? 3-1-1 draws. Crazy. They have been drawing a lot of games. More games than they should, but a lot of those draws are late wins coming from behind. They have drawn a lot of games. They're the draw kings of the league, as we know. And they have drawn actually almost 50% of their games, which is absolutely ridiculous if you ask me. No wins in their last 3. and they're on 33 points. They're a type of team right now. After this game, they have 11 matches left. They won't have to worry about relegation, in my opinion. Even if they barely pick up points for the rest of the season, they'll be okay. They're not playing well right now, though. They're really not playing well. Lallana is not stepping up. I think the creativity has been lacking, and players are not taking the opportunity. Player by the name of Jakob Moda comes to mind. Come on, Jacob Moda. You could do better than that. Look, my prediction for this game. Newcastle, they're in absolute red-hot form right now. Red hot. Sizzling. Joel Linton's playing the football of his life. Maybe we see in Hoffenheim Joel Linton again. If St. Maximin features, he'll be very influential. I really like that Ryan Fraser stepped up. Finally, he's earning his money at Newcastle. Kieran Trippier, of course, a big miss. He was an inspiration. But, the likes of Matt Target, who has joined up with the team, has been providing good cover at left back. The team right now, Chris Wood got a score, though. Chris Wood, step up, bro. Step up. But overall, the team has been playing some great football. Inspired under Eddie Howe, I'm going to go for them to win this one and inflict yet another defeat on Brighton. 4 on the trot for Brighton in terms of losses. And I can't believe I'm saying that, but Newcastle are going to win this game 2-1 in my opinion. I think the great form. They're in too good a form, man. And I thought when they missed the players, they were actually going to fall off. They didn't. So that's a clear indication that it's more of a team effort than depending on individual brilliances. I know individuals will step up and get the job done, but it's the teamwork, man. You know what they say? Teamwork makes the dream work. And how are they doing it? Eddie Howe. Okay? Eddie Howe. Jason Tyndall. These guys are think tank, doing a really good job. So, 2-1 to Newcastle in my opinion, man. Not gonna explain myself anymore. Sorry, Brighton, but you gotta step your game up. Newcastle play Southampton, then they have Chelsea, Everton, and Tottenham next. Interesting games for the Geordies, the Magpies. Let's see if they would continue surging upwards, or whether they would go back into a slump. For Brighton and Hove Albion, man, look, they're 10th right now, so they don't have a lot to worry about, but they got to start winning again. It ain't going to get easier. They got Liverpool, Tottenham coming up next. Maybe you get something against Tottenham. It's going to be rough against Liverpool. Just want to put that out there. There's going to be some tough games coming up, man. Very, very tough games. So, that's my thoughts. Let me know yours. We're going to keep it moving. We do have 6 more games to talk about. It's a lot of games, man. It's a lot of games. We're going to keep it going. No break here. Big up to everybody in the chat. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for dropping your prediction. We're going to keep it moving. We got too much to talk about to be lingering, okay? So, we're going to move on to Wolves versus Crystal Palace. Wolves versus Palace. Guys, make sure you smash the thumbs up button if you're yet to do so. We need 6 more likes to get to 40. Smash it up, man. Smash it up. Help out the stream. The more you like the stream, the more the stream gets distributed on YouTube, okay? Help out the stream by liking the video. All right, big up to all the members. Big up to everyone who super chatted so far. Big up to the mods as well. Do appreciate the support that you guys have been giving the channel. Guys, also make sure to head on over to cardsplug.com. Use the coupon code Dominic Rich FC to get yourself 35% off each and every one of your orders. It makes for a great gift for a loved one, a friend, or for yourself. There's over 100 designs to choose from and various different types of cards as well. So links in the description box down below. Cards Plug are an affiliate of the channel. This is not a sponsored video. So let's go. Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Crystal Palace. Last game, West Ham 1, Wolves 0. For Palace, 1-1 against Burnley in the Premier League and 2-1 against Stoke in the FA Cup. In terms of the last time these two teams met, it ended in a 2-0 win for Crystal Palace, and Palace have won the last two meetings between the two sides, where previously Wolves had won 3 on the bounce. So it's been a mixed bag of results between these two teams. 5 wins for Crystal Palace in their last 10 against Wolves. 4 wins for Wolves on a solitary draw. So this game, it might not end in a draw. We're going to get a winner here. We're going to get a result. Look, in terms of the managers, Bruno Lage and Patrick Vieira, they have met once. They have met various clubs once as well. And Patrick Vieira has the upper hand going into this game, where he and Crystal Palace have won the only game against Brentford here. So, yeah. Not Brentford. Wolves. I don't know why I said Brentford. Why did I say Brentford? Wolverhampton Wanderers. It's getting late. 10:22 p.m., man. Time's catching up on me. Wolves. Don't know why I said Brentford, but we're going to keep that. Just pretend I never said Brentford there. Just pretend I never said Brentford. So, look, Bruno Lage and Patrick Vieira are 2 new managers in the league, so kudos to them for the great job they have done so far. Wolves are 8th with 40 points. Palace are 13th with 30 points. Palace could close the gap. Wolves could stretch the gap. So, all-time Premier League results, 7 matches, 3 wins for Wolves, 3 for Palace, 1 draw. Very even. Very, very even affair. So, look, in terms of players to watch here, for Wolves, I'm going to go with Pedro Neto. He's fit again. He's been featuring off the bench, and it's only a matter of time before Bruno Lage throw him in from the start. They do need a threat in front of goal, somebody who could be a goal threat more often than not. And Wolves' problem is that they don't score enough goals. Their defense, one of the best in the league. But you also need to score if you're going to pick up 3 points. Great defenses, resolute defenses could pick you up a lot of draws. But that's just 1 point trickling in every single time. The way the league is right now, look, it's coming down to crunch time in the season. You need those wins. Wolves are actually looking to compete as well. So you need those wins. And Pedro Neto could definitely contribute. It might be too much to ask of him, seeing that he cracked his kneecap and he's coming back from injury. It will be a lot. But look, Wilf Zaha is a player I'm watching for Crystal Palace. He's a seasoned Premier League veteran, one of the senior men in the team, and he has done really good this season. I gotta give it to him. I gotta give it to Zaha. Even though he does miss a lot of chances, he has definitely stepped up. And look, he's 29 these days, not getting younger, and he got to show example. 8 goals this term. That's a great return if you ask me. That is a great return for Wilf Zaha. And they would need their talisman to strike again to help them pick up 3 points in this game. So, look, in terms of the team news here, for Wolves, Nelson Semedo ruled out with a thigh injury. And the rest of the squad is pretty fit, where Willy Bali is even amongst the players available to play as well. So, give it up to Wolves. Pretty good in terms of the fitness there. For Crystal Palace, Nathan Ferguson remains out. Joel Ward is nearing a return to full fitness. Maybe in about 2 weeks, he will be available for selection again. So, in terms of insights, let's get up to some insights here. Long-range experts, Wolves, to set sights on Palace weakness. Wolverhampton Wanderers have scored a league high 25% of their Premier League goals from outside the box so far this season, 6 out of 25. Meanwhile, Palace have conceded more goals from distance than any other side this term with 9. Wow. Palace are averaging 1.4 goals per match in the Premier League under Patrick Vieira with 37 goals in 27 matches, the best rate of any permanent manager for the Eagles in the competition. Great job by Patrick Vieira since he took charge. Gotta give it to him, man. What, is he the only black manager remaining in the league? From what I could recall, right? Yeah? Can't think about any other ones. Yeah, I think so, man. Big up to the boy Patrick Vieira, man. Former legend as well. Well, legend. Arsenal legend. Did play for Manchester City as well. So, give it up to Patrick Vieira, who is the only Premier League manager I've ever met. So, let's give it up to him. I actually shook his hand back in 2018. Went on a cruise. And the result of that is in my lap right now, sleeping. Patrick Vieira is gold dust. Only Manchester City with 4 have conceded fewer first half goals than Wolves, 7 in the Premier League this season. Indeed, Bruno Lodge's side have yet to let in just 2 goals in the opening 45 minutes of their last 19 Premier League matches, which is great, man. Palace are yet to lose when opening the scoring in the Premier League this season. Only the 2 top sides, Man City with 20 and Liverpool with 19, have opened the scoring more without losing so far this term. But it's the thing though, they don't lose, but they don't win all the time. That's the thing about Palace. They need to win the games when they score first. That's their problem. Game management and seeing out games where they have the lead. That's where the problem lies with this Crystal Palace team. So, look, in terms of my prediction, though, this is also another tough one to predict, where Palace, they have been playing some good football. You know what I'm saying? Very inconsistent, where they do put themselves in good positions and then give up the lead. Don't see out games, don't manage games well. That is something that Vieira got to work on when he goes into his second year of his contract. And it is imperative that he work on it, because they could have had about 40-something points right about now if they don't drop so many points from a winning position. As for Wolves, look, we know how good they've been this season, but they've had a few setbacks as of late. Lost to West Ham, lost to Arsenal. They got to bounce back. This is not a good time to actually play Wolves, where they look at the bounce back. They really look at the rebound. And maybe Palace will be looking at that and be like, yeah, look, this will be a great time to play them when they're down. Let's beat them. But it's very dangerous. So it's a very, very dangerous time to play a team looking to respond. Bruno Lodge has done a great job, as I mentioned, this season. He got the team playing very well. They're going to be hard to break down, and they do have that goal in them. You know, you got the likes of Daniel Podence. You got Pedro Neto fit again. Neves, Moutinho, then Dunker. All these guys can hit them from distance. And that's what Crystal Palace got to be careful of. The shots from distance, indeed. And also the set pieces, the big men from the back coming up. Jose Sa, he has done a great job this season. And I heard the commentator mention that he could have been an upgrade on Rui Patricio. And I talked about that before, that I think he's actually better than Rui Patricio. So, look, Crystal Palace, Gallagher, Zaha, Edward, Mateta, these guys have been providing the goods. And they need to continue that form. They really need to continue to playing like that if they're going to pick up something against this very hard to break down Wolves team. I could actually see Wolves bouncing back from this 2 losses on the road. I can't see them losing 3 on the bounce. The worst they're going to get from this is a draw, in my opinion. I don't think they'll lose the game. I'm going to go for Wolves to win 1-0. Crystal Palace will stay in the match. They'll be gritty. But Wolves will get the better of them at the end of the day. That's my thoughts on this one. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Don't want to go long. I've been talking about these teams for quite a while. You know? Definitely. 1-0 to Wolves. Let's see if Wolves could bounce back. Let's see if they could bounce back. Oh! Give your best impression of a Wolves, guys. A wolf. Not a Wolves. Give your best impression of a wolf. And make sure the person next to you or in close proximity doesn't look at you like... Let's see if they look at you weird when you do that. If you're on the bus watching this, if you're on the train, wherever you are, if you're at work, just howl. Howl a bit. Oh my God, it's funny. Sometimes I crap myself up, man. I'm just playing. Only fools laugh at their own jokes. Look, in terms of Wolves, who are 8 right now, the next game will be against Watford. So they have Palace, they have Watford, 2 home matches. They got Everton, they got Leeds. Struggling teams. Aston Villa, Newcastle. What a run of games for Wolves. If they are to try to pick up that top 4 spot, they got to go and try win all those games. Or at least go unbeaten. Let's see how they fare. And good luck to Wolves. In terms of Crystal Palace, 11th. Only 1 loss in their last 5. That's not bad. Coming off of an FA Cup win, 2-1 against Stoke. Their next game after they play Wolves would be against Manchester City, a team who they already beaten this season. So their confidence will be up. They will be fancying their chances. Then they do have Everton in the FA Cup quarterfinals. And then they do have Newcastle in the league. So some good fixtures coming up for Crystal Palace as they look to, maybe, who knows, fight for a European spot. A Europa League or Conference League. I don't think they're going to get that, but you never know. You never, ever know. So that's my thoughts on that one. We have 5 games in, 5 to go. And we are now an hour and a half into the live stream. So big up to Ethan Murray, who says, haha, my mom just got a fright and swore at me for doing the wolf thing. Ah, ha, 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 ha. God damn. Funny. Big up to King Huddle. 1-0 for Wolves. All right, let's keep going, man. Let's keep it going. Guys, we need 13 more likes to hit 50. Could we hit 50 likes tonight? It'll be awesome if we do. We got over 60 people in the stream right about now. Come on, guys. Smash up the thumbs up button. Go in the tool shed or ask your neighbor for a hammer. Smash the thumbs up button. Or you could just use your finger gently. Touch the little thumbs up button you see right there. So, look. Let us keep it moving, man. It's late. And we got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do. Look. Let's go into the next game. Watford versus Arsenal. This is a London derby. And it's an anticipated game. It feels like I haven't watched Arsenal for a very, very long time. It's either their games are playing when my games are playing or, you know, and I haven't seen them live in a while. So, I don't even think I'll be able to watch this one either, but let's see. Let us see. This one is on Sunday, so I might get, I should get to watch this game on Sunday. So, Arsenal, Wolves. Why did I say Wolves? Arsenal, Watford. I don't know what's going on with me. Watford, Arsenal. I need to take like a 10-second to just do a bit of introspection here because I don't know what is going on. Don't know what's going on, man. I'm effing up, man. When I talked about Wolves, I said Brentford. Now I'm saying talk about Watford. I'm saying Wolves. I don't know. Get it together, man. I need to get it together. I've had a long day, though. I've been up since after 8 this morning. Been going at it non-stop. So, you could understand, man. You could understand. You know what? Let me sit up. Let me sit up a bit. Get the energy levels going a bit. Because me laying back there, I think that's the, one reason why I'm messing up a bit. I'm not concentrating at all. So, let's talk Watford Arsenal in this London derby. Not the biggest London derby, but it's a London derby nevertheless. Two London clubs, and let's see if Watford could, continue their unbeaten run, where they did pick up a 0-0 draw against United. And Arsenal could continue winning after they defeated Wolves 2-1. So, what happened the last time these two teams met each other, you may ask? Arsenal defeated Watford 1-0, and in the last 10 meetings, Watford do have 2 wins against Arsenal, and those wins came in 2017, and it's been 5 years since they picked up a win against the Gunners, where Arsenal have won 5 out of the last 6 meetings between the two teams. In terms of the all-time Premier League results, 15 matches played, only 2 wins for Watford, 1 draw, 12 wins for Arsenal. So they do have a very good record against their fellow London club. So in terms of the players to watch here, I'm jumping the gun. Arteta versus Roy Hodgson. This would be Arteta's 4th match against Roy Hodgson. He has never lost. 1 win and 2 draws. This will be his 3rd game against Watford. 2 wins. Wow. Roy Hodgson has not done well against Arsenal. 20 matches, 3 wins, 7 draws, 10 losses. Against Arteta, 3 games, 2 draws, and a loss. So, odds are stacked up against Big Roy here. And Arteta would be rubbing his hands going into this fixture against Watford. So, in terms of the player availability, actually, players to watch. Let's touch on some players to watch here before we get into availability. For Watford, we're going to go with Emmanuel Dennis. He has been their best player this season. And if they are to pick up something, they would need Emmanuel Dennis doing well in front of goal. And more often than not, whenever they pick up good results, he scores. He has been the best player this season. For Arsenal, I'm going to go for the young guns in Bukayo Saka and Emil Smith-Rowe. These guys are the future. They're the inspiration that Arsenal needed. And they're currently helping the team fight for top 4 right now in the Premier League. So we're going to keep an eye on Saka. Smith-Rowe coming back from an illness. And let's see how these players fare against Watford. Look, for Watford, Nicholas Nkulu remains out. Peter Etebo is fit again, but would take some time to get match fit. Kiko Femenia is available once again, but Ismail Assar is out for a few games, and I think that would be a big, big blow for Watford in their quest to survive. As for Arsenal, Takehiro Tomiyasu is doubtful, while Emil Smith-Rowe is returning from his absence. In terms of the insights here, let's touch on some insights. And can Smith-Rowe match Anelka's scoring record? Emil Smith-Rowe is Arsenal's top scorer in the Premier League this season with 9 goals. He could become just the second player aged 21 or under to reach double figures in a Premier League season for Arsenal after Nicolas Anelka in 1998-89. That's ridiculous. Watford have kept 3 clean sheets in their 6 Premier League matches under Roy Hodgson, as many as in the previous 38 in the competition under 4 different managers. However, they have only scored twice in those 6 outings. So Roy Hodgson has come in and he has definitely, made the defense a lot better. Got the team playing some better football. But let's see if Big Roy could actually save Watford from the drop. It's going to be very, very, very difficult to do so. Look, Arsenal have scored in all 15 of their Premier League matches versus Watford. Only against West Brom with 26 matches do they have a better 100% scoring rate in the competition. No player has scored in more Premier League defeats this season than Emmanuel Dennis, with Watford losing 4 times when he's found the net. However, the Nigerian has scored in all 5 of Watford's league wins this term. So that's why I say he's the player to watch. If anything magical is going to happen for Watford on the day, he will definitely be responsible for that or be involved in some way, shape, or form. So, yeah, Craig Parson would be in charge of this game. And in terms of my prediction, I see somebody dropping King Huddle. RIP to Shane Warne. Definitely, man. I saw the news today and I was shocked. I was like, wow, Shane Warne, one of cricket's great and one of the, if not the greatest leg spinner of all time. I grew up watching Shane Warne bamboozling West Indians, man, and on the cricket field. So RIP to Shane Warne, a legendary Australian cricketer. Thank you guys for dropping that in the chat. A couple people mentioned him already, but look, let's stick to the script and let's talk Premier League. And this is the prediction: Watford versus Arsenal here. Look, I know Roy Hodgson and Watford are coming off of a very good draw against Manchester United. But look, that's Manchester United. Watford has definitely looked better at the back with Roy Hodgson in charge. We know he's a defensive type manager and he knows how to get you good results. Look at what he did for Crystal Palace when he came in early on when De Boer had the team in a mess. What's that? Ronald De Boer or Frank De Boer? One of them. I can't remember which one. But I think he had lost 7 on the bounce and Crystal Palace were looking like they were going to get relegated that season, and Roy Hodgson came in, pulled things together, managed for a few seasons, moved on, and he's back. I never thought he would be back in the league, though, seriously. But he's back managing Watford. 74 years old. The man is a vampire, man. Trust me. If you don't believe anything I say before, believe that. Roy Hodgson is a vampire. So, very, very bold claims, right? Very, very bold claims. It's going to be tough for them coming up against an Arsenal team who are playing some of their best football ever under Mikel Arteta. And the team is fit and available. Smith Rowe Saka's playing well. Lacazette's playing well. Martinelli playing well. You got the midfield of Xhaka, Lukanga, El Neni. You got Thomas Partey all available to you. Ben White, Gabriel has done well at the back. We know how good Kieran Tierney is. Takehiro Tomiyasu has done a great job at right back, but in his absence, Cedric's not doing a bad one himself. Look, man, as much as Watford has been doing okay in their last few games under Hodgson and in their last game against United, Watford's not winning this game. I don't think they're getting anything from this one. I could see Arsenal getting the better of Watford 3-1, be all over them and actually take advantage of them and go on to win the game handsomely to keep their stronghold on, a possible Champions League spot. It'll be important for Arsenal to pick that up, and I think they might just get it. I think by the way they're playing right now, they might just actually get the Champions League. So 3-1 to Mikel Arteta's Arsenal. Saka, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, Nicola Pepe has been playing well, off the bench. Team's looking good, man. I can't see anything else but an Arsenal win here. So what's your prediction? Let me know in the chat. We'll definitely appreciate that. Arsenal is 6th right now with 3 games in hand to West Ham and Man United. And after they play Watford, they do meet Leicester. They do have Liverpool, Aston Villa. They got some tough games coming up, but they would actually fancy their chances against all of these teams, man. I think this is a very confident Arsenal team. And Arteta is finally getting the best out of his players. So, in terms of Watford and their schedule, 26 games played, they're 19th. They have 19 points. Could Watford turn their dreadful season around? They play Arsenal, then they play Wolves, Southampton, Everton. Some winnable games coming up if you ask me for Watford. But I think the absence of Ismail Assar will definitely affect this team. Let's see how they fare. They might just go out there and win it. You never know, but I'm going for the Arsenal win. Guys, talk to me. Let me know your prediction in the chat. Would definitely appreciate that. So, we got Ibrahim Musa saying a comfortable 2-1 win for Arsenal. Thanks for that. Jordan, 3-0 win for Arsenal there. Guys, we're going to keep it moving. Still got a few more to go. And let's move into the next game, man. Let's talk the next game. Let's pull that up right now. And let's get into Tottenham, Everton. This will be a very good one. All these Premier League games are good, man. If you don't have a relegation scrap, then you have a top 4 scrap. You got a, mid-table scrap. You got a title race going on still. I'm loving it. I'm loving the way the league's shaping up right now. Thought it was going to be a one-sided thing, but nothing Nagoso. Nothing Nagoso at all. Nothing at all Nagoso. It's going to be a title race. Liverpool versus Manchester City. Top 4 race. Chelsea, Man United, Arsenal, West Ham, Tottenham, Wolves. All scrapping it out. Relegation battle. You got Everton, Leeds, Brentford, Newcastle, Watford, Norwich. Am I forgetting any other team? Burnley. All scrapping it out at the bottom. I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. Great season. Great year. Let's go. Tottenham, Everton. For Tottenham, the last Premier League game, they defeated Leeds 4-0. But, in the FA Cup, they lost after extra time, 1-0 against Middlesbrough. Tottenham, I don't know what to say, man. I don't know. They're giving Antonio Conte a headache. Conte can't believe what's going on. He can't believe what is happening to Tottenham. Look, before I even go on, right, I did take some time to do a bit of research. Have you ever visited the UK? Not yet. Not yet at all. I have to, but not yet. Antonio Conte managed 64 games for Inter Milan. 64. And the man only lost 15 in all competitions. 15. Not bad at all, right? Not bad. He lost about 25% of his games. About 23%. 23.3457%. And what's bad about his record at Tottenham is that he managed 25 games so far since he was appointed. Yeah, I know time flies. 25. The man has already lost 8 times. 8. That's what? 33%? 33.33% in terms of losses. The ratio. So you go from 23 at Inter to 33. He's doing worse at Tottenham. He's already lost half the games he lost at Inter in 25 matches, which is absolutely ridiculous. But for Everton, their last Premier League match was a 1-0, narrow 1-0 controversial loss to Manchester City. I think they got robbed in that game. But sometimes it's okay, man. It's good. It's good to get a little luck going your way, you know what I mean? And in the FA Cup, they defeated Boham Wood 2-0. And this could actually be an inspiration for Everton. Solomon Rondon with the goals. They need results, and they'll take it anyway. Any which way they could come. Right? Look, for these teams, what happened the last time they met each other? Tottenham, Everton. Last 2 meetings in the Premier League have ended in draws. I didn't actually look at this before. I didn't look up the previous results, right? Whenever I do my previews, where I have the last meeting, I just put C transfer marked, right? So I could look at transfer marked. I could let you guys know that. I don't look at transfer marked and then make my prediction or anything. I make my predictions on how I feel about the teams and how they've been playing against each other. Because it's a Premier League. It's very difficult, man. It's very unpredictable. Very, very unpredictable. The last 2 meetings, 2 draws. Previously, Everton won in the FA Cup 5th round 5-3. 5-4 after extra time, pardon me. 5-4. That was a ridiculous game. That was a ridiculous game. I could remember that game. 9 goals. 9. That was good. That was a good game. I can't remember every single thing, but I'm pretty sure some spectacular things happened in that match. So, let's see if we get something like that again. I doubt, but could always dream, you know what I mean? They did have a 1-0 win as well in 2020. But before that, it was all Spurs. All Spurs. In 59 all-time Premier League matches, Everton, they only got 9 wins. Tottenham with 27. And 23 games have ended in draws. So, not bad for Everton, where they have not lost over 50% of their games against Tottenham. So, Evertonians, you could sleep tight tonight. You could have, some dinner. Because, it's going to be a rough remainder of the season. Sleep tight, you know what I mean? But it's going to be rough for this. I don't know, man. I don't know. Everton, they're in trouble right now. They're in trouble big time. So, look. Players to watch for Tottenham. The entire team. I'm calling out the team because the results have been really suspect as of late. Losing in the FA Cup to Middlesbrough, unacceptable when you put out a very strong team. You see what I'm saying? They put out the strongest team they could put out, man. You had Harry Kane, Son, Kulusevski, Cisse. They put out a Premier League team against Newcastle and lost. Big up to the boy Chris Wilder, who's in charge of Middlesbrough these days, knocking out them Premier League teams. Chris Wilder knows how to play against the teams, you know what I mean? He got 2 seasons for Sheffield United in the Premier League, and he's using his experience. So, definitely got to give it to Chris Wilder there. But Tottenham, before I go off tangent here, it's unacceptable losing like they've been losing, man. Not good results at all. So, very inconsistent. You lose to Middlesbrough, you defeat Leeds 4-0. You lose to Burnley, but you beat City. You see what I'm saying? You lose to Wolves, Southampton. You beat Brighton in the FA Cup, but you lose to Chelsea in the league. And then you beat Leicester. So, their results have been all over the place, man. All over the place. And the team got to take a look within themselves. And they got to rectify this situation, because it's a tough situation they find themselves in. Very inconsistent. Conte said one season can make a difference at Spurs. You need more than one season. More than one season. Get your players in there. Get rid of some of the players who have not really worked out at Spurs. And maybe then you're going to see some results. Maybe Harry Kane needs to go. Who knows? You see what I mean? He's been prolific, but he ain't winning nothing. Sometimes you need to change, you know what I mean? You need to change up big time, man. And I think Tottenham, they got to continue bringing in the changes. So, look, for Everton, I'm going to take a look at Solomon Rondon for players to watch. Simply because I want to see if he's going to get a go in the team. The team needs some inspiration, and those 2 FA Cup goals could actually give his confidence a big boost. And Frank Lampard might actually use him in the league. You never know. You never know. So, in terms of the player availability here, for Tottenham, Rodrigo Bentancur and Lucas Moura fit again to play. Japhet Tanganga is nearing a return, while Ollie Skip is definitely out for this one. For Everton, Dominic Calvert-Lewin could return. Demarai Gray to be assessed. Fabian Delph, Ben Godfrey, Yerry Mina, and Tom Davies, all ruled out, while Vitaly Mikalenko, the Ukrainian international, is in the spotlight right now, and Andre Gomes could be available, where, Lampard had a few problems right now going into this game. That's quite a bit of players not 100% fit or available when you're trying to stay up in the league. You know what I'm saying? It's rough. It's hard out here, man. It's going to be rough for Frank Lampard. So, in terms of the insights here, let's go. Did you know Jordan Pickford could make his 200th Premier League appearance on Monday? He could become the 21st player to make at least 200 appearances, with all of them being as a starter. Wow. Of course, he's a goalkeeper. He would also be only the 5th player to hit this mark in the competition on his birthday, after Noel Whelan, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, Pablo Zabaleta, and Victor Moses. Tottenham Hotspur could leave off the hot these days again. Spurs have won 9 of their last 12 Premier League matches played on a Monday. This game is on a Monday? I didn't even realize that. This game is on a Monday. Jeez. This game is on a Monday? God damn. Yeah, this game is on a Monday. So, they have won 9 of their last 12 Premier League matches played on a Monday, drawing 2 and losing 1, with a defeat coming at home to Manchester City in October 2018. Spurs have lost just 1 of their last 18 Premier League matches versus Everton, winning 8, drawing 9, although that did come in the last fixture, in this fixture last season. After their victory in this fixture last term, Everton are looking to pick up their first back-to-back league win at Spurs since a return of 3 between August 2006 and 2008. Stuart Atwell will be in charge of this game. Alright, so now it's time to give my prediction for this game. Guys, look, it's hard predicting Spurs these days, man. Seriously. You predict them to win, they lose. You predict them to lose, they win. They beat City, they lose to Burnley. How are you supposed to gauge this team? You see what I'm saying? They have the personnel. They could be expansive, but they could also be very shocking in the worst way possible. Like, I don't know what's going on, man. As I mentioned, I think certain changes got to be made. Got to let Lloris go, let Kane go, and get some fresh people in the team. Fresh mentality, fresh philosophy, because whoever they had in the dressing room all this time is not working. See, Dele Alli already moved on. Vertonghen, Alderweireld, a few other older players got to move, man. They gotta move. I think, I don't know if City would go back in for Kane again. I don't know. But it's too inconsistent. Way too inconsistent. As for Everton, look, they're in a desperate position right now. Frank Lampard, I feel sorry for you. But you'll be lucky to get anything at all from this game, because Spurs will be looking to bounce back. You see what I'm saying? From a Middlesbrough loss. Everton, they would have a spring in their step after that win against Bournemouth. Even though it's against Bournemouth, a win is a win. I could see these teams cancelling each other out in this game, man. Calvert-Lewin could feature Richarlison, Demari Gray if he's fit. These guys need to score some goals, not enough goals at all. And I could see this one getting some goals but ending in a draw. 2-2. 2-2 draw in my opinion. Guys, let me know your thoughts. We're going to keep it moving, man. Definitely going to keep it moving. It's getting late. We got a few more games to talk about. Big up to everybody in the chat. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Big up to Owen Dilworth, King Huddle, Adam, Jordan Hyman, Ibrahim Musa, Online School. Everybody in here right now, make sure you guys like the video. We got 7 more likes to get to 50. Let's go. Let's keep it moving, man. Let us keep it moving. Also, big up to the boy Liam right here, man. He's still sleeping, and let's make sure that remains so. Okay, so let's keep it going, man. Let's keep it going. Definitely keep it going. So, just to touch on the games that we talked about already. We talked Leicester Leeds. We talked Aston Villa versus Southampton. We talked Newcastle, Brighton, Norwich, Brentford, Wolves, Crystal Palace. We talk Watford, Arsenal. We talk Tottenham, Everton, which means we got 3 games left. The big Manchester derby. We got the big one between West Ham and Liverpool. And, of course, we got to talk Chelsea, Burnley. Let's start that one. Smallest one of the lot. Let's start Burnley versus Chelsea. Let's do this. Let's do this, man. Appreciate everybody in here. Took a couple days off this week from the content. Not sometimes. It's imperative that we as content creators take a couple days off. But some people don't know what it is to take a day off or 2, man. They just go live. They put out videos every day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can't be a slave to the thing, man. Just wanna, you can't. And I'm trying not to be a slave to the damn thing, man. And take care of business. I have so many things to do around the house. I got the yard, the leaves to clean up in the backyard. I got my cars to repair. And, sometimes I just need a couple days off to chill, man. You know what I mean? Not just to chill, but to do work. Because I haven't got to chill this week at all. So, let's talk Burnley-Chelsea. Not the highest profile game, but we know what Burnley are capable of doing. So, Burnley 0, Leicester 2 in their last game. For Chelsea, in the Premier League, they defeated Crystal Palace 1-0. It feels like ages since they played that game. And they had a narrow game against Luton Town where they won the game 3-2. Unacceptable if you ask me, against Luton. No disrespect to Luton, but Chelsea should be winning against these teams comfortably with a clean sheet, in my opinion. Just want to put it out there to all the Chelsea fans watching this right now. You guys ought to be ashamed of the performances recently. What happened the most recent time these two teams met? It ended in a 1-1 draw. That's a disappointing result. A 1-1 draw at Stamford Bridge between Chelsea and Burnley. Previously, Chelsea won 4 on a trot, and Burnley do have a solitary win against Chelsea across the last 10, picking up a 3-2 win at Stamford Bridge back in 2017. So, it's a pretty significant win if you ask me. Very, very significant. So, look. Chelsea, Burnley here. Thomas Tuchel versus Sean Dyche for the 3rd time. 1 win, 1 draw. Sean Dyche has never beaten Tuchel. This will be his 3rd try. Against Chelsea, 1 win for Sean Dyche in 13 games, 8 losses, 4 draws. Tuchel with a win and a draw against Burnley in his first 2 games against them. All-time Premier League record 15 games, 1 win for Burnley, 4 draws, 10 wins for Chelsea. So we know who are the favorites here. It is Chelsea. It is indeed Chelsea. For Burnley, player to watch, Wout Weghorst. This player has definitely been an inspiration since he signed. Helped Burnley pick up some valuable points there. And he will be looking to do the same once he's available for kickoff. Chelsea got to be very careful of these newer players at Burnley. Cornet, Aaron Lennon, Wout Weghorst. Got to keep an eye on these players, indeed. Let's see what Weghorst does if he continue, his great form in front of goal. For Chelsea, Romelu Lukaku. Romelu Lukaku. Talk of the town every time he's, Chelsea are involved in any match. Whether he's going to play, whether he's going to start, whether he's going to step up. And he's under a lot of pressure, but did score in the win against Luton, which should do him and the team a whole lot of good. So, Lukaku to watch for Chelsea. For Burnley, Wout Weghorst. In terms of the availability here, for Burnley, Ben Mee to be assessed. He's a doubt. Eric Peters, he's out. He'll be back maybe in 2 weeks. Dale Stevens, who I think is a waste of money from Brighton, hasn't really done anything for Burnley as yet. He's going to be out along with Matej Vydra, who's close to return, and Johan Berg Goodmanson, who's been out with an injury. So, look, for Chelsea, Cesar Azpilicueta is doubtful. Hakim Ziyech could return. Andreas Christensen could return as well. Trevor Chalobah fit. Thiago Silva as well. And Ben Chilwell being the only player to remain out. He's suffered a long-term setback there. And the other Chelsea players are pretty fit. See, they have Kennedy in their team. He did feature in the FA Cup game against Luton Town. Let's see if Kennedy will get a run out here. So, big news for Chelsea is that they're actually looking to sell the club. So, what we're going to be doing briefly, just going to bring up this fixture on the Google end. And we're going to take a quick look at what the news articles are saying about Chelsea. News. You have bulletins for the match, like previews and things of that sort. And let me see if there's anything on. There's nothing right now. I think Google covers mostly sporting events. So in terms of Chelsea, if we put Chelsea, we need to actually pull up Chelsea here. Chelsea news. All right here. Good. Chelsea bid expected by LA Dodgers part owner Todd Bowley. Okay? So Chelsea could be sold within 10 days. All right, so Newcastle co-owner on Roman Abramovich selling Chelsea. I do not think that is particularly fair. Okay, so it's a controversial thing that would take a long time to actually dive into. But if we take a look at this ESPN article right here, let's take a look at this ESPN article right here. Roman Abramovich's decision to sell Chelsea has led to more than 300 expressions of interest to Rain Group, the New York merchant bank hired by Abramovich to find a buyer, with sources telling ESPN that at least 10 are regarded as credible parties. All right, sources have told ESPN that Redbird Capital Partners the Manhattan-based private equity company founded by Gary Cardinal and advised by Oakland Athletics executive vice president Billy Bean, I felt like I read this in my lifetime already, but I never did. Some deja vu here. One of the number of US-based groups assessing the feasibility of a bid for Champions League holders Chelsea, which is valued at $3 billion. God damn! Yeah, we're gonna leave it right there, man. We're gonna leave it there. But look, in addition, Michael Rubin, owner of sports merchandise group Fanatics, is also working on a bid. Damn, Fanatics raised $1.5 billion in a new round of funding to take its total valuation to $27 billion. I'm done. I'm not even gonna get into this. We're gonna look. Todd Bowley, the part owner of Los Angeles Dodgers and LA Lakers, is working with Swiss billionaire Hans Jorg Weiss to structure a bid ahead of Rain Group's deadline of March 15th to submit first indications of an offer. Oh man, I'm not even gonna get deeper into this, man. Seriously, because it's gonna take all night. But just know, Chelsea are for sale. Amid all the crisis, are they gonna be able to put that beside and perform here against Burnley? Let's see. Let's get back to talking football here. In terms of the latest here, Chelsea have won 6 of their 7 Premier League matches at Burnley. Join the other. Only against Wimbledon 8 have the Blues played more away matches in the competition without losing. Following their 1-1 draw at Stamford Bridge in the reverse fixture, Burnley are looking to avoid defeat in both league meetings with Chelsea in a single campaign for the first time since 1970-71. Chelsea striker Romelu Lukaku has either scored or assisted a goal in all 4 of his Premier League away matches against Burnley, scoring 3 and assisting 2 in total at Turf Moor in the competition. Remember, he's featured for a lot of Premier League teams, you know what I mean? West Brom, Everton, Manchester United, Chelsea. So keep that in mind. Chelsea have won 11 of their last 13 away Premier League matches, kicking off at 3 p.m. on a Sunday, drawing 1, losing 2, including both under Thomas Tuchel. Burnley have scored 6 goals in their last 2 Premier League home matches at the same time on a Saturday, beating Brentford 3-1 and drawing 3-3 with Crystal Palace. So that's the preview for the game. It's time to actually give my prediction for this one. Look, Burnley have been playing some good football. Let me just check, make sure. All right. They have been playing some very good football lately. All the makeup fixtures they had to actually play. They picked up some good results, but the 2-0 loss against Leicester would definitely be a setback, along with that 1-0 loss that they suffered to the hands of Liverpool recently. So in their last 6 games, they have lost twice. They have picked up 2 wins, and they have also drawn twice during that time. So not a bad, return in terms of points, but they're in the relegation scrap right about now. But they would need to actually win this game. It's very unlikely. It is very unlikely. A draw is more likely, where they did manage to get a draw against Chelsea already this season. But could they actually go unbeaten against the Blues in the entire season? I doubt. I really doubt. And as much as I would love for Burnley to actually get something from this game, to maybe laugh at Chelsea or something, I don't think they're going to get anything from this game. You know what I mean? They're going to try. They're going to be inspired. And they're going to go out there and give their all at Turf Moor. They will be at home. There's going to be wind. It might be rain. And Chelsea are going to find it hard like they have found it hard in their previous games. where they haven't looked so convincing, but they still managed to pick up good results. And that's barring the EFL Cup final against Liverpool, right? 3-2 against Luton Town, 2-0 against Lille, Walk in the Park, 1-0 against Palace, 2-1 against Palmeiras, 1-0 against Al Hilal. The game against Plymouth Argyle that went to 120 minutes, not convincing, you know what I'm saying? So, even though Thomas Tuchel and his team has lost a bit of character, right? Where they were very sound defensively, but now they're letting in goals. You see what I'm saying? They're giving teams a chance. And I don't mean a ton of goals, but you get a chance with Chelsea. You get a chance. How long could they hold before the levy breaks? Because you got Rudiger, you got Thiago Silva at the back. If something got to happen to one of these players, I think they'll be in a lot of trouble, especially Rudiger. So Chelsea, they haven't looked good, but they have picked up results. And they need to pick up a result in this game. Big time. And I mean a win. In front of goal, they have been stuttering. EFL Cup final, prime example. Got to be more clinical. Guys got to step up. Pulisic, Ziyech, Kante, Kovacic, all these guys got to step up, man. Mount, Werner, Havertz, Lukaku, especially Lukaku. The team got way too much firepower not to be in the title race. You're 10 points off Liverpool. Not acceptable. Not acceptable. You're 16 points off City. Not acceptable. But I do think what's going to be acceptable is the fact that they're going to win this game. In my opinion. It's not a fact. It's an opinion. In my opinion, they'll win the game 2-1. Yeah, you know, that's contradictory. Look, 2-1 to Chelsea. They'll get a narrow win. We'll get some goals in the game. And Burnley will continue to, fight for their lives in the Premier League. I won't write off a Burnley draw, though. But I don't think Burnley are going to win the game. Really don't think so. I think the key for Burnley to win this game, they need to actually play open, take the game to Chelsea, and not sit back too much. Because if they sit back, one of them chances are going to actually go in. Edward Mendy's going to be hard to beat in goal as well. Let's just put that out there. He's going to be tough to breach. Really, really tough. So Chelsea to win 2-1 in my humble opinion. In terms of the next games here for both teams. For Chelsea, after they play Burnley, they do have a meeting with Norwich. So they have two lower table teams that they meet in. Actually, three. Before they meet Lille in the second leg. They do have Middlesbrough. They got some interesting fixtures coming up in their next set of games. They got some, I gotta say, look, no Premier League game is very, very easy. But on paper, the games coming up for Chelsea are kind of easy though. Let's see if they're going to screw up. They play Leeds, Southampton, Brentford, Middlesbrough, Lille, Newcastle, Norwich, and Burnley. Dating all the way up to April 9th. In the next month, that's their fixtures. Chelsea could be having a great month. They might have new owners and all. And let's see how that one work out though. But 2-1 to Chelsea over Burnley, in my opinion. Big up to everybody in the house. If there's any Chelsea fans in here, big up to you as well. And if you haven't yet liked the video, make sure you do so, guys. We need 3 more thumbs up to hit 50. Let's keep it moving in terms of the preview. We're going to talk Liverpool, West Ham. We're going to leave the big Manchester derby for last, because that is indeed the biggest game this weekend. All right. Before we get into this, let me take a sip of my beverage here. We're doing very well. I do have to pick up my wife. Oh, no, she did message me. Oh, let me see. All right. That was not my wife. That was an old message. All right. We got time. We got time. Okay, let's do this. Let us do this. That's the most important thing, is that we got time. Stream is winding down. We're landing the plane right now. So within the next 25 minutes, we would call it a day. We've been live for 2 hours, 19 minutes. God damn. Didn't even realize that we were that deep. I thought I would have been wrapped up already, but not at all. Not at all, though. My energy was kind of waning in the middle of the stream. That's why I think I made a couple mistakes and called what said Brentford for Wolves and things like that. But I think I got my energy levels up again. I don't know where I got it from, but I got it. I got it going again. So, look. Liverpool versus West Ham United. This is a big game. This is a marquee affair where West Ham are not to be taken lightly anymore. You can't have West Ham and say, yeah, we got West Ham. We're going to steamroll the Hammers and, walk away with an easy 3-point. There's not an easy 3-point against West Ham anymore. And Jurgen Klopp knows this. Pep Guardiola knows this. Thomas Tuchel knows this. They know this. West Ham are not to be effed with. They know this. Whether you're home or away, you know this. West Ham are a serious, and a seriously dangerous team. All right, so in their last games for Liverpool, they defeated Leeds 6-0 in the Premier League, and in the FA Cup, they defeated Norwich 2-1, and they move on to the quarterfinal, where they will face one of Forest or Huddersfield. Liverpool also won the EFL Carabao Cup against Chelsea within the last week as well, so congratulations to the Reds as well. For West Ham, in the FA Cup, they lost 3-1 to Southampton, and in their last Premier League game, they narrowly defeated Wolves 1-0. What happened the last time these two teams met? Guys, this was on my wife's birthday. Could never forget this result ever in my life. A 3-2 win for West Ham while we were heading down to the Florida Everglades, which is a remarkable place. Very, very fascinating geographical area. I got to ride a fan boat for the first time, saw some big ass alligators and crocodiles. Or I should just class it as crocodilians. And it was a fun day, fun experience. Liverpool, they haven't lost many times after that, but as a City fan, you gotta enjoy a rare Liverpool loss, So look, before that, they had not lost to West Ham in their last 10. So now in the last 10 meetings against West Ham, this is how funny the Premier League is, right? You would have all wins against a team, and then you buck the team one day and they smack you. And that's exactly what happened to Liverpool, where they have been doing the double over West Ham for the last 2 seasons. But this season, it seems like West Ham could be the team doing a double. It's going to be hard, but it's possible. It is possible. In terms of the all-time Premier League meetings, 51 games, 10 wins for West Ham, 10 draws, and 31 wins for Liverpool. For the two managers here, David Moyes coming up against his old arch-rival Liverpool while he was an Everton manager, while he was a Manchester United manager. He faced them 36 times. He managed to pick up 6 wins, 9 draws, but 21 losses. Very, very poor. Not even a point per match against Liverpool in his career. 0.75 points. Not good. While Klopp, on the other hand, has 1.93 points per match against West Ham. contrasting ends of the spectrum there when it comes to results. 14 matches, 8 wins, 3 draws, 3 losses for Klopp against West Ham. He did get clapped this season though. As for his record against David Moyes, that was his solitary loss. And there was 1 draw and 6 wins. And that win that Moyes picked up earlier this season was his first and only against Jurgen Klopp in 7 previous tries. 6 losses and a draw. That's how big that win was early on in the season. But this time around, it's going to be different. You're catching Liverpool in red hot form, and it's going to be very, very, very difficult to topple the Reds. So, in terms of the players to watch, for Liverpool, I'm going with something a bit different. I'm going to say Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andy Robertson, simply for the defending. Keep an eye on the defending of these 2 players. They're swashbuckling fullbacks, they go forward a lot, and they do tend to leave the defense vulnerable. Konate or Joe Gomez would slot in. I think Joel Matip will miss this game. So these guys are going to be key. And from what I could recall, when Liverpool concede a lot of goals, Trent Alexander-Arnold definitely to be blamed. I don't understand why he's so slow for a young man. Some people may say he runs fast, but he doesn't, man. He struggles to catch up with attackers running in behind. Like most players, but still, you know, you got to be a bit quicker than that, though. You got to be a bit quicker. He runs very slow for a young man. Keep an eye on the defensive partnership there between these 2 guys. Also, in an attacking sense, they will be very deadly. They have potential of being deadly, I should say. For West Ham, we're going to go with Mikel Antonio. Scored in the FA Cup fixture, losing cause, but he has been going through somewhat of a goal drought recently, so he needs goals. And let's see if he could continue with this little form that he's picking up right now. When you got form, you got to keep playing. You got to keep playing. And I know Antonio should play in this game, and he's going to be a menace. Well, the West Ham fans would want him to be as menacing as he could be against Liverpool. In terms of the player availability here, let's just change the site there. For Liverpool, Thiago Alcantara ruled out. Roberto Firmino should be ruled out as well. Curtis Jones and Naby Keita to be assessed before the game. Joel Matip, he's ill and has been ruled out as well. Should be fit again very, very soon. In terms of the insights, man, let's touch on the insights. Did you know Jared Bowen has played in each of West Ham's last 78 league matches? Nah, you gotta be kidding me. The man is a stallion. Should he feature in this fixture, he will surpass Steve Potts 1994 to 1996 as the player to appear in the most consecutive Premier League matches for the Hammers. Awesome, man. Awesome. He would be hoping to get on the score sheet. Liverpool with 12 and West Ham with 9 have scored more goals from corners than any other Premier League side this season. Between them, meanwhile, just 5 of their 54 goals conceded this term come from corners. 3 out of 20 from Liverpool and 2 out of 34 from West Ham United. So West Ham are looking to complete the Premier League league double over Liverpool for only the second time, previously doing so in the 2015-16 season. Their 3-2 victory in this season's reverse fixture was their first league win against the Reds since that campaign, drawing 2 and losing 8 in between. Liverpool's Mo Salah has scored 9 goals in his last 9 Premier League matches against West Ham, scoring once in all 4 of his meetings with them at Anfield. Against no other side has he scored more goals in the competition, also 9 versus Watford. And he could become the second African player to net 10 Premier League goals against an opponent after Sadio Mane against Crystal Palace. Talk about Sadio Mane. Man, I was on Instagram and they was showing back a clip from when Liverpool played PSG a couple seasons ago. And Sadio Mane put a move on Neymar, man, and sent him to the store. I was like, God damn. When you really think about Mo Salah and Sadio Mane, these guys deserve a lot more ratings, though, than they do get. Because they're coming out of Africa, man. You don't see a lot of top of the line footballers coming out of Africa like that. And these guys are really good, man. And that video, I was like, God damn, Mane, these guys are good. These guys are good. And that's why Liverpool are always giving Man City a run for their money. And they're always performing well in Europe. And that's why they picked up a trophy already this season. They got some quality players. Mo Salah, Sadio Mane comes to mind. West Ham's Pablo Fornals has scored in each of his last 2 Premier League away matches at Liverpool. Only 2 visiting players have ever scored in 3 consecutive Premier League appearances at Anfield. Andrew Cole 1999 to 2002 and Christian Benteke 2012 to 2017. Jonathan Moss will be in charge of this game. All right, so look, it gets to that point where I actually give you my prediction here. This is a tough game to predict because even though Liverpool, they have been on a very good run, I'm telling you. They're one of the best teams in the league right now, as we know, on form and historically, recently. They have been good, under Klopp especially, right? But this West Ham team, you can't take them lightly at all. You really can't take them lightly. And that game in November was a prime example. That was a very fun game to watch. Even though I did lose a bit of signal while going to the Everglades. But when I saw the result was 3-2, oh my God, it made my day even better. As a City fan, though. As a City fan, you know what I mean? Could West Ham get the better of Liverpool for the second time in the league this season, pulling off the league double? You can't take them lightly, man. You can't take them lightly. You really can't. You can't. How will Liverpool set up against them? Can't rotate. Can't rotate too much. I know you got the Champions League game in the week. You can't rotate this team too much. Is it going to be Mane, Salah, Luis Diaz, or is it going to be Mane, Salah, Jota? Who's it going to be? You know what I'm saying? Who is it going to be? Henderson in the midfield. Fabinho. Maybe Naby Keita if fit. Curtis Jones if fit. It's going to be interesting to see who will feature for Liverpool. I know Alexander-Arnold and Robertson should play. Van Dijk should play. Alisson should play. Even though he featured in the FA Cup game. And Konate, I think it will be Konate ahead of Gomez as the Van Dijk's partner. It's going to be a good game. David Moyes and West Ham, they have lacked a bit of spark lately. But that could come back in the blink of an eye. Liverpool got to be careful. Their high line, got to be careful. Could be exploited by West Ham United, who will play that long ball. They will play that long ball that could get over that defense. Antonio is a speed merchant. Bowen is quick as well. These guys could get in behind. They have quality. Benrahma, Lanzini, Fornals, these guys are quality. Declan Rice and Shusek will be holding it down. Zuma would be ready in defense alongside most likely Craig Dawson. I think their Achilles heel here would be their defense. I think their defense is not at the strongest right about now. Got to look out for those deliveries from Cresswell, and Ben Johnson, a youngster, would definitely be a key player here. Look, even though I would love for West Ham to pick up something from this game, maybe to help out City, relieve a little bit of pressure, I think Liverpool are going to win this one. I think this one's going to be a high-scoring game as well, 3-2. 3-2. Back and forth affair. Exciting affair. But ultimately, Liverpool will win the game. I think that's a fair assessment. I think that's fair indeed. 3-2 again. That's what I want to see. 3-2. That's not what I want to happen. I want to see a good, exciting game. I would love if West Ham beat Liverpool, but, you know, I think they're going to win the game. I think they're going to win the game. So, guys, that's my thoughts. That's my prediction on that game. And in terms of the next fixtures coming up for Liverpool, this would be the 27th game. I think they'll move up to 63 points, 3 behind City to keep the pressure going. And when would they play City, you ask? You got to wait until April 10th. So in 36 days or so, about 37 to 36 days or so, that game will be coming up. Let's say a month and a week. It's going to be here by the time we blink, guys. You know what I mean? That's going to be a good one. But, you know, before that, Liverpool do have Inter coming up next week in the Champions League. Brighton, Arsenal in the league, and then they have the game coming up against Watford and Man City. The United game has been postponed. Let's see where that make-up fixture would slot in. But Liverpool are definitely looking like they're putting in a serious fight for the Premier League. If Liverpool manage, right, to topple City and go on to win the league, you can't shut up the Liverpool fans in the summer at all. You can't shut them up right now even with a Carabao Cup title, much less to a Premier League title over City again. Damn. It's going to be an interesting rest of the season indeed. Look, as for West Ham United, who are 5th right now, a win would give them a big boost, would actually put them above Manchester United if United fail to pick up anything against Man City. So it'll be an important win if they pick it up, man. So West Ham would put their very best effort out there. But I think they do show better opponents a lot of respect in the past. Let's hope that doesn't seep into their game. For them, their next game is a round of 16 clash against Sevilla in the Europa League. All the best to West Ham. We'll be supporting them in that competition for sure. And they do have Aston Villa in the Premier League next. Sevilla again. And then they do have London Derby there against Tottenham before they have Everton and Brentford. They got some interesting fixtures coming up, and let's see how they do fare. All the best to West Ham, man. A breath of fresh air, to say the least. So, guys, we do need one more thumbs up to hit 50. If you're yet to do so, make sure you hit it. Let's get to 50. Lucky number 50 before we move on to the last fixture today. And that's the Manchester Derby. But look, before we do that, guys, we do have some midweek games coming up. And I will touch on those midweek fixtures when I talk Champions League. So we got Wolves versus Watford, Leeds versus Aston Villa, Southampton versus Newcastle, and Norwich versus Chelsea, all coming up in the middle of the week there, as you guys could see. We have games coming up on Thursday. We got 4 matches on Thursday, man. Wow. Make-up fixtures from Matchweek 19, 20, 21, and we got a match playing in advance. A week 30 fixture between Norwich and Chelsea that required a little move around. So that's my thoughts on this game. Liverpool, West Ham, and just to touch on those makeup fixtures during the week. We'll talk about them some more in the future. So let me just make sure I touched on all games. I don't want to miss anything at all because there's been a few times in the past where I have missed games. You know what I mean? Like I forgot to talk about Tottenham. You know what I mean? But I'm looking good. I'm looking good right now. Definitely looking good in terms of games that I talked about. And yeah, let's not linger anymore. Let's talk about the elephant in the room here. The big one. The Manchester derby between Manchester City and Manchester United. Okay, so let me just check my phone real quick. Make sure my wife ain't hit me up. Alright, she ain't hit me up. It's getting out late tonight, which means I might not be able to go and pick her up from work. She might have to take that Uber. So, wife, if you're watching right now, I don't know if you're watching, but I don't know, you might have to jump on that Uber, man. Big up to 80 Booth in the house. Liverpool to dominate, but West Ham to get a lucky draw. Wow, late bow and equalizer. 2-2, Man U versus City. That's what you want, Owain. And we have Abel in the house. United will take points off City. God damn, you guys are super negative. You guys are negative. I don't like it. Don't like it at all. So let's wrap things up with the Manchester derby. We're not going to talk forever about this. But guys, make sure you smash up the thumbs up button. We're 3 away from 60 thumbs up, which is absolutely swell. And let's talk about this game. Let's talk. But before we do, let me take a sip of my beer, please. I only got maybe 1 or 2 sips left. I actually needed a Red Bull for the stream, but I didn't want to go outside, so I just drank the beer. Alcohol is a depressant, so if you're sleepy, it would make you more sleepy. So it's not a great idea to drink alcohol if you want energy. Not at all. It puts you to sleep more than ever. So look, you need caffeine. Let's talk Manchester derby here. Let's talk. All right. Last game for City here was a 1-0 win against Everton. That was not a great performance. We need to perform a lot better than that. I cannot watch another performance like that. That was not good. We luckily won that game. It was a lucky win. Lucky. The Peterborough performance, not the best either, but we managed to get over the line 2-0. For Man United, I don't know what to say about them, really. When you're drawing 0-0 against Watford in the relegation zone, I don't know what to say about you. You see what I'm saying? I really don't. But what I know is the last meeting between these teams ended in a easy walk in the park 2-0 win for Manchester City at Old Trafford. But interestingly, United have been picking up some great results at the Etihad. These are the last results at the Etihad. Man City versus Man United. 2-0 last season. 1-0 semi-final of the Carabao Cup. Okay. 2-1 2019. Okay. You want me to keep going? This game is not a walk in the. This game will not be a walk in the park at all for City. It won't be a walk in the park. Not saying it's not a capability. City does not have the capabilities to win the game, but it's just not going to be a walk in the park. 3-2, 2018 at the Etihad. 0-0, 2017 at the Etihad. 1-0, 2016 at the Etihad. These are all negative results. These are all negative results. Man City does not play well against Man United while they are at home. Just get that in your head. Just get it in your head. Get it in your head, man. Get it in your head. In terms of the Premier League matches, all-time Premier League matches, 49 games, 16 wins for City, 24 wins for Man United, 9 draws. And those 16 wins, it's getting more and more because, you know what I mean, City are a better team these days. Manchester is blue, baby. Oh, man. It's funny. Funny. I think that might be my wife hitting me up, you know. I think that might just be my wife. Yep. That is my wife. Hi, wife. What do you want? All right. So, just to continue talking about these Manchester clubs. Pep Guardiola will face Ralph Rangnick for the first time. Ralph Rangnick will face Manchester City for the first time. And in terms of Pep's record against United, 19 games, 6 losses, 10 wins, 3 draws. Too many losses, man. Pep has a great record against most teams. Not against United. This is not a great record. It's a good record. Not a great one. Not great. Nothing's great about this record. Nothing at all. Nothing. Nada. Nothing. In terms of players to watch here, for City, I'm going to go with Phil Foden. Local boy. He has grown into a match winner. Homegrown talent. Has a point to prove. Let's see if he could be that talismanic figure for City in this big Manchester derby at this crunch time of the season. Okay? Let's see if he could provide that impetus that we need. He's been great. For Man United, I'm going to go in with Cristiano Ronaldo. He has been poor in front of goal across the last 10 games or so. Scored against Brighton. Scored in another game recently as well. But they need more from him, though. They really need more from him. This would be the perfect game for him to bag a brace or a hat-trick or something to inspire the Man United fans. Give him something to cheer about after that 0-0 draw against Watford. In terms of notes here, let me just pull up the notes. For City, this is big news, man. This could be devastating news, according to how well we deal with this whole situation. Ruben Diaz, absent for 4 to 6 weeks with an injury. A thigh injury. This is not good, man. This ain't good. This would require the likes of John Stones, Emerick Laporte to step up. I also see a situation where Kyle Walker could be put in at center back if needed. But Ruben Diaz, who has been the leader of the defense, very young still, player of the season last year, had a mammoth debut season with City, and this will be the first time he's going to be out for a lengthy period. Get better soon, Ruben Diaz. And I think you got to blame Pep for this, because no way you should play Ruben Diaz against Peterborough. No way. Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Not at all. How are you gonna play Ruben Diaz against Peterborough? Both Ruben Diaz and Nathan Ake were pulled off at halftime, and both are basically ruled out of this game, where Ruben Diaz is out for 4 to 6 weeks, and Nathan Ake is out with a knock. Cole Palmer remains out. Zach Steffen could feature on the bench. Mendy, of course, he remains suspended. I actually had a dream about Benjamin Mendy, though. Well, I had a dream about City, and I saw Mendy coming off the bench. I was like, whoa, what is going on here? Mendy's back? This was funny. I even said that in a dream. I'm like, what? Mendy's back? But nah, he's still dealing with his issues there. For Manchester United, Edinson Cavani could return, could feature. Mason Greenwood remains suspended, similar like Benjamin Mendy's situation. And Scott McTominay is available again. In terms of the insights here, will form help Mahrez and his woes against Manchester United? Big up to Riyad Mahrez. He's been immense for City this season. Gotta give him a shout there. Riyad Mahrez has been involved in 9 goals in his last 8 Premier League appearances for Manchester City, scoring 6 and assisting 3. However, against no side has the Algerian played more in the competition without scoring than Manchester United, 11. That's going to change. That is going to change. I guarantee you it's going to change. Manchester United are looking to win 4 consecutive matches in our competition at Manchester City for the first time since between 1993 and the year 2000. It's crazy. November 93, November 2000. City are looking to complete the league double over Man United for just the second time under Pep Guardiola, having previously done so in 2018-19. That was a season we won by a point, right? Yeah. Since his Premier League debut in February 2020, Bruno Fernandes has scored and assisted a total of a goal in 11 different matches. More than any other player in the competition. He has scored and assisted a goal in 14% of his Premier League matches. 11 out of 77. The highest ratio of any player with at least 20 times in the competition. Damn. Has both scored and assist in 11 different games. Yeah, but Bruno, you would need a big effort, man. Michael Oliver would be in charge of this game here for City versus United. What's my prediction for this game? Look, we're in a situation right now. Both Liverpool and City are in a position where they could drop points at home against 2 capable oppositions in West Ham and, of course, Manchester United. Right? With this situation, I think City are more likely to drop points, in my opinion, than Liverpool. Seeing that the record against Man United, it's not good at the Etihad at all. Especially the recent record, not good at all. This is worrying. Let me just put it out there. The performances in the last few games, they haven't been good. The Tottenham performance, the Everton performance, the Peterborough performance, not good at all in my opinion. The performances need to step up a notch. Players got to step up. De Bruyne, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, Mahrez has been playing well. Let's see if his form is going to continue. Sterling, you got to step up in this one. We need you in big games. Foden, I said Grealish already, right? Rodri, we need a big performance from you, seeing that Ruben Diaz is not at the back. We need you to protect the defense. I hope Pep doesn't rotate too much and go in with some crazy 11. Would he go with Kyle Walker at right back, Cancelo at left back, or is he going to go in with Cancelo and Zinchenko? Who knows? Who knows what he's going to do, man? You know what I mean? Pep's very unpredictable. Very, very unpredictable. But whatever he does, he needs a win. Got to bounce back against United at home and got to keep the momentum going. if you want to win the league, because Liverpool are, I think, hungrier for the league. They're hungrier for the silverware this season. And we got to show hunger as well. Big time. Man United, on the other hand, they have been piss poor this season. And that's the thing why this game is so difficult to actually predict, because United recent result 0-0 against Watford, 1-1 against Atleti, the 4-2 against Leeds, where they allow Leeds to get back in the game but did score 2. 1-1 against Southampton, 1-1 against Burnley. These are some negative results. They lost to Middlesbrough. You see what I'm saying? Drew to Aston Villa, lost to Wolves. Drew to Newcastle. There have been some poor results for Manchester United. And my logic was, if Watford are giving United a run for their money, and Burnley and Villa and Wolves and all these teams are making light work of United, City, even with the poor recent record, should just handle business with ease. You see what I'm saying? It shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't be a problem. But it could be a problem. There could be a problem here. There could be a problem. Bruno Fernandes, Pogba, Ronaldo, these guys come to the party, it's over for City. Elanga looked good lately. Sancho against his old team. He's going to be looking forward to that one. United must respond after that limp performance early on in the season. They got to respond. This one's hard to predict. It is hard. I first wrote down a 2-2 draw. I scratched it out though. Not now, earlier. I scratched it out. I have a feeling City's winning this game. Narrowly again. It could be a controversial game again. Drama filled. But I'm going for a 2-1 victory for City though. 2-1. I think we're going to beat them. Their defense is very suspect though. Very suspect. Very, very. And I mean very suspect. They're all over the place with the selection right now. And I think this could be the Achilles heel for a United team that have so much potential, but it just seems like it's impossible to unlock. Seriously. Or have a consistent run. So, I know a lot of people, I could see the comments, you guys want us to lose or draw so that Liverpool could get ahead of us or get level. I don't think it's happening. I think City's winning the match. 2-1. I hope I don't have to, what time is this game playing? Let me see. Please. Okay, it's a Sunday game, 11:30. Thank God. I didn't want another 12:30 game where I was on the road, pulled over, actually watching this game tensely. I'll be at work still. I'll be at work. So, guys, it's my thoughts on this one. 2-1 to City. The results could go anyway, a draw or a loss. It could go anywhere. I'm just hoping for a win here, man, because it's imperative that we keep winning and keep a hold on top of the Premier League there, and keep a foot on United's necks. Okay, so for Manchester United, their next game would be against Tottenham. And then they play Atletico Madrid in the second leg of the Champions League, where the first leg ended in a 1-1 draw. On the road, remember, away goals have been discarded. So level things as they go into the second leg there. There's supposed to be a game against Liverpool, but that one is postponed. Let's see when that game will be played. So United are just, a banter club these days. They're a joke, and I wouldn't want to get beaten by them at all. For City, who are top of the league, after the United match, they do play Sporting in the league, in Champions League. Crystal Palace coming up, and they have a game against Southampton before they play Burnley and then Liverpool on April 10th. So a lot of big games coming up for both teams, and all the best to City. And for United, I won't say all the best. I hope they lose every single game they play from now till infinity. Anyways, man, big up to everybody in here. I gotta run. Big up to Carl Headley. Appreciate you coming through. Prince Penn, Abel, Grimburn, 80 Booth, Angel, Abel, everybody in here, man. Everybody who came through. Do appreciate it, guys. We got 61 thumbs up. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button for the live stream. It's been another fun one. 3 hours on the dot. But I gotta go. I gotta go pick up my wife, and I gotta go to work in the morning. I might actually struggle to stay awake tomorrow morning at work, though, because it's gonna be rough. It is gonna be rough. I should just go. I should just actually call out from work tomorrow, man. I should call out. I should call out, man, because I don't know how I'm going to do it. But I'll go in. I'll go in still. I'll go in. But, guys, look, it's been a fun one. I'm about to hit the road. Got to go get the wife from work. I wish I could stay with you guys for yet another hour. But I got to go, okay? So, thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you guys again very soon. I've been busy working on my cars. And I still got a lot more work to do. I'll do the work myself. So I got to keep the cars on the road. I got to keep them running. They, you know, when you live in New York City, you got to drive, man. You know, a lot of potholes, but you got to drive. Once you don't work in Manhattan, you got to drive, man. And you got to keep the cars running. So, guys, thanks for tuning in to yet another one. Like the video if you haven't yet done so. Thanks to everybody watching the replay. And from your boy Dom, until next time, I like to say thanks for watching. Peace out. Rich Squad. Peace. Much love, much respect. Peace and love in the world, okay? Let's, be advocates of that. All right? Peace out, guys.